Girl Survivor Speaks. We live. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? So today, we are going to be I'm going to be sharing the story of 5-year-old Janiyah Russell. This is a tearjerker. I'm not sure why. There is so much abuse against children, but there is. And I'm trying to be politically correct. I haven't even been in here 2 or 3 minutes yet. I'm trying to be politically correct, but this one is definitely a tearjerker. And it's going to be a lengthy live. Now, in this investigation, we're going to uncover the heartbreaking truth behind the unaliving of 5-year-old Janiyah Russell in Las Vegas. So the police body cam footage, interrogation videos, and the reenactment, revealed disturbing inconsistencies in the stories told by her father. His name is Richard Davis, and his father's girlfriend, Shevhaun Miller. So we also hear emotional insight from Janiyah's grandmother as the shocking details unfolded. So this is Janiyah's story, and she deserves to be heard. I believe that the father of this child was not charged accordingly, and he's gotten away with a lot. So I'm going to be sharing the video from Law and Crime Network. Their information is in the description, but this story was told by Mr. Black from the Disturbing Truths One Crime TV network. His information is also in the description. Go over there and follow him. He did a great job on this piece. Great job on this piece. And go over there and sub up to him. He covers true crime. And we're going to get into this. I am going to play my disclaimer and all that, and then we're going to get right into it. I'm going to try to speed up the video and see if the video is comfortable enough for us to hear. I do have to stop and give commentary in between, so for those people that ask, why do you pause the video? You have to. I can't just put the video up and play it straight through. I have to give commentary. I'm using the video, for educational purposes and for people to get the word out. This child's father was given time, but he wasn't given enough time. We need to stop playing with these people. We need to stop playing with these people as it relates to these children. But this story is so sad. But I'm just going to let you know, I'm going to show the disclaimer. And right from the beginning, I'm going to let the video play, but I'm going to stop it at the grandmother because I have no understanding. I have no understanding about why this young child said what she said to her grandmother, and you ain't called the authorities. Why she said what she said to her grandmother, and you allowed her to go with her father. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm sick and I am tired. Like nobody is protecting the children nowadays. What is going on? So I'm going to roll the disclaimer and then we're going to come back and get right into it. As I stated, I'm going to speed the video up to see if we can listen to it on, double time. If it's too fast, I'll scale it back. All right, I'll be right back. This video is being shown to you under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Smash that like button. Let's go. All right, and we are back. So as I stated, I'm going to bring the video over and we're going to get started on this video. I have to put a trigger warning in the chat. Let me see if I have any of my, oh, not yet. They're not here yet. So I can do that. Let me start the video and then I'll put that up. And as I stated, please go over and sub up to yeah, it's One True Crime. I gotta find it again. It's in my description. So let's see. I'm gonna start it out on, let's try 1.5. And let's see. Oh, it would work if I would bring the video over, right? So you can see it. All right. So here we go.
Does that probably happen when I get CPR on her? Because I was pushing her whole body.
These lacerations? I told you, we see this in airplane crash victims.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
Jesus gonna watch over you, and He's gonna protect you and keep you safe.
Okay.
Okay? And He's gonna heal your mind and your soul and your body.
Oh no. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, let's see if we can try this again. All right, I think we were.
These lacerations? I told you, we see this in airplane crash victims.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
Jesus gonna watch over you, and He's gonna protect you and keep you safe.
Okay.
Okay? And He's gonna heal your mind and your soul and your body. And He's gonna cover you.
Okay.
Yep. And there's gonna be a hedge of protection around you. And we're gonna see you again. I don't know when, but we're gonna see you again, my friend. Okay, my friend?
Hold on now. Y'all know I gotta go by. I can't play the music. I can't play this music. So let me see if I can go ahead a little bit. Like I stated, hold on. Let me just make sure this music is not on. All right. So let's see if we're past that mark. Where the music is.
Hence, I knew it was going to be graphic. I knew it was going to be a lot of what most people may not be able to handle, but I needed to know what happened to my granddaughter.
Colorado-born Janiyah Russell should be 10 years old right now, and she should be focused on little more than laughing with loving family members or riding her bicycle with her friends.
You do what you got. Go ahead, tell me all right. Let's see.
Janiyah should be watching Paw Patrol, reading children's books, and getting her little fingernails painted. This smiling little girl should be a big sister to her 4 siblings, and she should be helping her grandmother bake a batch of cookies before happily consuming her fair share of them alongside the ones she loves. She should be lighting up everyone's lives with her big, easy grin, and she should be the donor of the best hugs the world has to offer. Janiyah should. But Janiyah Russell will never participate in any of these typical childhood activities again. As a matter of fact, there will be no new experiences for innocent Janiyah. And that's because her life was taken when she was just 5 years old. It was callously snuffed out by the actions of pure evil. The people who were supposed to protect her from the beasts of this world ended up being the very monsters that stole her final breath. And for that, those that harmed Janiyah Russell shouldn't have the right to inhale. They shouldn't have the right to blink, to eat, to drink, to smile, or even to think. I shouldn't know who this little girl is, and this video should not exist. Instead, Janiyah should. Today, I will tell her story. We'll also hear from her grandmother, who personally reached out and asked me to cover it so that Janiyah Russell may be remembered. But also because those who truly cared about Janiyah are still searching for answers. You're about to see never-before-released crime scene photos and Bodycam footage.
This has to be a joke.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry it's not.
This is the horrific account of how an innocent bundle of light and joy was extinguished by the hateful darkness that surrounded her. I'm Mr. Black, and this is the disturbing truth. On July 27th of 2022, I received an email from a woman named Janiyah Russell requesting to speak to me about the murder of her 5-year-old granddaughter. After researching what I could about the case, I realized that there was so little out there about this child. Very few articles and almost no one telling her story. Miss Russell asked me if I would be her granddaughter's voice, a duty I accept and commit to handle with care. Here is Janiyah's story. On Wednesday, September 11th of 2019 at around 7:45 a.m., 911 received a call from someone alleging to be the babysitter of a child that was unresponsive at an apartment complex in Las Vegas called The Suites.
Fire medical. What's the address of the emergency?
4855, south, about the highway, the street.
What apartment number?
In 1161.
I'm sorry, 1161?
Yes, in, building in.
N is in Nancy?
Yes.
All right, tell me exactly what happened.
I don't know, I gave my daughter, or my little girl I was babysitting, I gave her a bath, and she, I don't know what's going on at this point.
How old is she?
She's 5.
Is she awake?
No, she's unresponsive at the moment.
Okay, so is she awake and unresponsive, or is she unconscious?
I'm not really sure.
Okay, so are you where she's at right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, look at her. Is her eyes open? Is she passed out?
I'm not sure if she passed out. Her eyes are kind of open.
Okay, is she breathing?
I'm not really sure. I can't tell.
Okay, so these are questions. All right, we're getting help started, but these are questions that are very important for me to know. So what I need you to do is put your ear next to her mouth and see if you can feel or hear any breathing.
No, I cannot.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get her on her back on the floor. Do that right now.
Okay, she's on the floor, on the back.
Okay, and she's still, yep, on her back on her back on the floor.
Okay.
All right, and she's still unconscious, not breathing, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do, okay? You're going to place the heel of...
Do y'all actually think that this girl is doing anything with this baby at this point? I don't believe she did anything, because you're holding the operator is asking you questions and you are immediately answering the questions. How did you put this baby on the floor? And child.
And you said did you come in there and find her like that, or were you in there with her when she did that?
I went in there to check on her, and now she's just unresponsive.
All right. This is what we're going to do, okay? So we're going to go ahead, and do you know if you have a defibrillator in the house?
No, I do not.
Okay. So you're going to place the heel of your hand in the center of her chest, okay? And just make sure there's no pillows or nothing underneath her neck, okay?
There's nothing.
All right. And just look at her mouth and make sure there's nothing in it. If it is, take it out.
Nothing in her mouth.
All right. So you're going to place your hand on her forehead, the other hand underneath her neck, and then you're going to tilt her head back, okay? And one more time, I just want you to put your ear next to her mouth one more time and see if you can feel or hear any breathing.
I don't feel or hear anything.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you how to do mouth to mouth, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to pinch her nose closed and completely cover.
I did want to say this too. The other day, she ended up getting, I guess some girls were bullying her because she played.
How is it that the operator is trying to give her life-saving measures to perform on this child, and you disrupt her to say how she fell the other day outside? What are we talking about here?
outside and stuff like that. And I guess they ended up jumping on her. And I don't know if that could have possibly had anything to do with it, because she did get beat up pretty bad from the situation.
Did she go to the hospital when that happened?
No, she didn't, because, we thought it was kids stuff. So.
All right, well, let's go ahead and let's start this, okay? They are coming, though. Is there somebody else there with you that can open the door for us?
Nobody's here.
All right. All right. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to pinch her nose closed and completely cover her mouth with your mouth, and you're going to blow 2 regular breaths into her lungs, okay? About 1 second each, just to make the chest rise with each breath, okay?
Okay.
All right, so did you feel or see the air go in and out, or did her chest rise at all?
Her chest rose, and then the air just blew out her mouth.
All right, is she still unconscious and not breathing?
I'm assuming.
Okay, it's still the same as what it was when you checked just before you did that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to place the heel of her hand on her breastbone right between her nipples. Okay. No, your hand. You're going to place the heel of your hand, okay, in the center of her chest. You're going to, and then only with the heel of your hand touching the chest, you're going to push down about 2 inches, and you're going to start pumping her chest hard and fast 30 times, at least twice per second. So I'm gonna count with you, okay? And then after the 30 times, we're going to do 2 breaths, okay? So let's start pumping, okay? We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now go ahead, pinch her nose, tilt her head back, and blow 2 more breaths into her lungs, okay?
Okay.
Let me know, and once you do that, start pumping her chest again 30 times.
Oh, it's done.
Now if she wakes up, they're there? Okay, I'll go ahead and let them take over, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, bye-bye.
When the first responders arrived, the child, 5-year-old Janiyah Russell, was laying on the floor of the residence near the couch. She wasn't breathing, she had no pulse, and she was unresponsive to pain. Only one other person was in the apartment when the medics arrived at around 7:50 a.m. And that person was 23-year-old Shevhaun Miller. She told the first responders that the last time she had checked on Janiyah was around 4 a.m. Immediately, bruising was observed around the child's face. Then when the medics cut off her shirt so they could administer aid, they found similar significant damage to her torso as well. Shevhaun Miller told them that the little girl doesn't have any previous medical history. She also ruled out any possible injury resulting from a fall. Miller did, however, mention that Janiyah had been in a fight outside with other children a few days prior. Janiyah was rushed to Sunrise Hospital in the back of an ambulance. Upon arrival at the hospital, the child's body temperature was only 88 degrees. This is about 10 degrees cooler than it should have been. Janiyah was described as covered in bruises. Contusions were found on her forehead, eyes, lips, neck, arms, legs, and stomach. She had also sustained lacerations to her mouth and nose. Then she had serious bruises to her bottom, as well as 2 black eyes. Observations also revealed 3 broken ribs that were determined not likely to be from CPR. But the worst of all Janiyah's injuries was a major laceration on her liver that led to internal bleeding which, sadly, the little girl never recovered from. She'd passed away long before she got to the hospital.
I got a phone call from social services or from CPS. He called me and he said, I have to tell you something. I have some news. And I'm like, couldn't even fathom to think of what he was going to tell me next. He said, I was reading the paper. He said, Janiyah. And I said, who? He said, she passed away. I said, who passed away? What do you mean she?
Hold on.
It was like an immediate emotional separation from that moment, that phone call. The memory is fuzzy after that. And I just remember saying, what? And according to Sarah, my youngest daughter, she was there. And as soon as I said, what? Like, think of a bomb. And when it hits, it just explodes out. So when I said that, she came.
Hey, for always. Thank you for coming. This is a trigger. This one here is crazy. But I'm gonna turn it back on because this little girl is going to tell her grandmother something. And for the life of me, I'm not understanding why, after this little girl said that her father was touching her, the cops wasn't called. They already had a CPS kit. I am just so confused. And when you see the father, oh, happy birthday for always. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday. I sent you a message on IG earlier. You probably didn't go over there. A happy birthday for always. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed your day. But this is the story of Janiyah Russell. She was 5 years old at the time. She was red rummed, because that's what happened. But she's going to say something right here in the beginning here. And it's, I don't understand. I have no understanding. I have none. And I get it. She reached out to, the grandmother reached out to Mr. Black. His information is in the description to do this piece on Janiyah. But this is crazy, because it is.
Running in a room. And according to her, she said she had to catch me because I was going down.
You know you're gonna leave Grammy and Nene, right? They're
Yes.
with your daddy. You know that, right?
Yes.
You gonna have fun with your daddy?
Yeah.
That's good. You can call Grammy anytime, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna give your daddy my phone number because I love you.
I'm going to talk to my mommy, and then I'm talking to my mommy when he's being mean to me.
Okay, that ought to be interesting.
And
Okay.
then my dad wanted me, because that's why mommy told me I can don't my dad touch me, and then he's still touching me
No, hopefully he
at the
won't,
house.
we won't be doing all of that, okay? And you
Okay.
just have a great time with your daddy, okay?
Okay.
Did you hear what she just said? I didn't see it. Yes, her phone, so hit trigger one. Yeah. Did you hear what she just said? She's going to talk to her mother when her father is being mean to her, because her father keeps touching her at the house. And the grandmother just kept going. I'm a little confused. She said what she said. She was crying out for help. For always, make it make sense to me, because I am confused. I heard what I heard. I'm just so confused. Sometimes we have to be proactive and not reactive. Child, when I tell you, this one here pissed me off so bad.
Why my mom told me don't my dad touch me, and then he's still touching me.
And he's
The coroner stated that the injury to her liver was so severe that it likely killed her within minutes. But these weren't the only damages Janiyah Russell sustained. There were small tears and abrasions to the little girl's genitals, inside and out. The doctor claimed he believes these are from blunt force trauma and introducing something foreign into the child's body. Then, underneath Janiyah's fingernails, a male sperm sample was found, as well as another smaller sperm fraction inside the child. Both of these were sent away for DNA testing. Janiyah's death was ruled a homicide, and her cause of death, blunt force trauma. Her tiny little body seemed to have been used as someone's punching bag. This beautiful child with an infinite smile and never-ending energy had quite clearly been beaten to death. If the coroner was right, one can only hope that her passing was quick and she didn't have to suffer for long. Her estimated time of death was initially believed to have been within an hour of first responders arriving. But that's something we'll come back to later, because it may very well be an important key to what actually happened. What you're about to see is the body cam footage from Sunrise Hospital. This takes place shortly after arrival, before Shevhaun gives official voluntary interviews to police. This is the first time you'll see her on camera. Pay no attention to the time shown on the body cam, as it's inaccurate.
Hey ma'am, are you a babysitter? Are you family? Okay, who are you? I need to stay right here, please. Okay. I know this is very difficult right now, okay? I just need to get some information from you really quick, okay? And I need to just get that and then we'll go to the next step, okay? Who are you two?
And I just want to say that, and this story needs to be shared all over the place. You know, shout out to Mr. Black, who did this video. I'm sharing it from Law and Crime, though they shared it. The father got a tap on the hand versus his girlfriend. The father should be locked up. Why did the father only get minimal time for this? And you heard what he said about what was found under this 5-year-old's nails and inside of her.
The child? Nobody? Are you family?
No, dating her dad. So I just dated her.
Okay, and what's your last name? First name? What is it?
S.H.
Is the video still going for always? Because why is it telling me? Oh, okay, so it says it's streaming. Okay, I don't know why. This girl here made me so mad. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna just.
What's your date of birth? And your social? No? And a good phone number for you, please? Thank you. Is it Shevhaun? And then who's the father? What's his name? Who are you dating? Richard Davis?
Richard Davis.
Do you know his date of birth? And what's child's name? Janiyah? Can you spell it, please?
J-A-N-Y-A-H.
And her last name, Davis? Okay, you know her date of birth?
August 6th, 2014.
Thank you. Okay, you said she got jumped at school?
No, she's not in school. I don't know what really happened. It was just in our neighborhood. I sent her outside to play, and she came back.
At the Sweets?
Yeah, looking left up.
And when was
crying.
this?
It was like the day before yesterday, or yesterday.
So Monday?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, so you went and let her outside to go play, and she came back all scruffed up?
It might have been yesterday, yes.
Yesterday? Okay. Did you call medical at any time or anything at that point?
I didn't because I thought, it was just some kid stuff. And
Roughhousing or something?
Yeah, it was no big deal.
Did it progress? Did she complain of anything in the
I
past?
just didn't send her back outside after that. And like I said, I was telling the nurse that when she was in the tub, she was like on her side, so she was kind of like sniffing and drinking the water. I don't really know how to explain it much, but she was like,
This morning?
It was last night. She took a bath for it. Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened this morning?
And I went to go, she went to bed last night, everything was fine. Went to go check on her. Like I said, she was up 4 o'clock. I would say around that time.
This morning?
Looked at me, yeah.
Y'all pay attention because her story is going to change. Now, you heard her say that she gave her a bath last night and she was sniffing and drinking the water. Put a pin in that. Because this biatch, her story changes. So just listen carefully to what she is saying. And yeah,
maybe it was a little later, maybe 5. She looked at me, laid back down, didn't really say anything. Then I went to go check on her again, and she was just staring up.
What time did you look at her again?
Around 6, maybe 7. No, it must have been around 6.
And she wasn't responding to you?
No. I'm sorry, I'm trying to check the time.
And then that's when you called 911? You called at 7:45?
Yes, so I would say about 7 is when I checked on her. And I laid back down because I thought she was just playing or just laying there.
Okay. And then that's when you called 911?
Yes.
Okay.
When I realized she wasn't playing.
Okay. Alrighty. Just hang tight for me, okay? We'll get some people to, I know you have somebody here. Would you like somebody else to come help us do this process?
I don't know what to do.
Okay, just hang tight for me, okay?
Hi, young lady. You awake? Hi.
I'm not sleeping.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't want to assume. I'm Officer Marshall of Las Vegas Metro. Hey, are you able to do a volunteer statement?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to bring you one, okay? I know you already talked to Officer Cravets, so I'm not going to re-question you a bunch of stuff and all that. I'll get any information I need from him, okay? And really, he's still in charge of whatever's going on over here. Okay? What happened to your head? How did you get scratched up? What happened to your head? How did it get scratched up?
I'm not sure. I didn't even know I was scratched up.
No? Okay.
Stuff happened.
Yeah, I get it.
like you said, for always, that baby was fighting for her life. But I'm just confused because I believe I don't think the baby was ever in the tub. That's number one. And number two, there was no signs of her being in water at all. So she lied about that. Now, he just asked her about scratches that she has on her head. She says she didn't even know that she had scratches on her head. So I think at this point, oh, my battery. At this point, the baby was already gone. All right, I'm going to change my battery and turn this back on.
You from Cal? Is that 504? Oh, I thought that was Southern Cal. I'm going to close this out so you can have some peace.
There's no peace.
Well, you know what I mean. So other people aren't all up in your business, you know?
This has to be a joke.
Well, unfortunately, I'm sorry it's not. I'm gonna explain this to you, okay? You can take your time, fill it out at your convenience if you want to fill it out, okay? Here, I'll give you this. That's still working on. So if you want to start here, can you see it or no? This is your name, okay? Just fill out all this information as correctly as you can, including a good address and a phone number for you. In the details, it's literally whatever you know happened, okay? From last night, I know there was some mention of some water getting swallowed and stuff like that. Probably important stuff to put in here, okay? When you're all done, I'll be right here with you, okay? Any questions to anything so far?
Why did they keep trying
Keep trying what?
to save her?
She was not in the water. That's the thing.
I thought she was clean. I thought she was just leaning. So where do we go from here?
Well, a couple detectives will come out. Obviously, they're going to have to do a little bit of an investigation, at least to determine what happened with the child. And they'll talk to you and get your side of the story, whatever happened. That's why I say you don't have to fill this out because they're going to come in here and talk to you anyway. Okay. And then from there, whatever they decide will happen or whatever their investigation will lead them, we'll go from there. Yeah. That you should know, girlfriend or babysitter has some cuts on the back of her head. They look pretty fresh. Has no idea how they got there.
Thank you.
You can see it in between the braids.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty fresh.
Shortly after this body cam footage concludes, investigators arrive at the hospital and record voluntary statements from Shevhaun Miller. This is an edited down version of the first one.
Today's date is September 11th, 2019, and the time is 10:57 in the morning. This interview is taking place at Sunrise Hospital. Also present is Detective Hernandez, P number 7567, and investigator Rosalind Flores from the coroner's office. Are you from Vegas? Where are you originally from?
Louisiana.
Louisiana? Okay. How long have you been out here?
Since I was 13.
Okay. Did your family move from Louisiana, or did you come out here by yourself?
I moved with my auntie and then I was in foster care.
Okay, all right. Now, it's my understanding that you live with a Mr. Richard Davis?
Yes.
Okay, and that's your boyfriend? Okay. How long have y'all been dating?
5 years.
5 years, okay. Do y'all have any children? No. And does he have any other children other than Janiyah? Did I say it right? Okay. How long have you guys lived over at 4855?
Like 4 or 5 months.
About 4 or 5 months? Okay. Do you work?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Have you worked prior?
Yes.
What kind of work did you do?
Call center. Surveys.
Okay. Was that here in town in Vegas?
Yes.
Okay. And you say you've been out here since you were 13?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see, how old are you now?
23.
23? Okay, so you've been here for 10 years.
All right.
Does Richard work?
He did.
He's not currently working? What kind of work did he do?
Walmart.
Walmart? Okay. When was he let go?
About 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago? Okay. So I guess my question is, how are you paying the bills if neither one of you are working?
Oh, well, since neither one of us is working, like, we have outside help and stuff like that.
Okay, so you got friends and family maybe, or?
Yeah, we were supposed to be moving with somebody.
So you've pretty much been involved with Janiyah since she was born, since she was a baby, yeah?
No, he just got custody of her a year ago.
Okay. So the mom had, did they share custody prior to that?
No.
So mom had full custody, and now he has full custody?
Pretty much.
Okay. Do you have any contact with the mom?
Not really. She calls, but when she calls, we just let her talk to Janiyah. She don't really talk to us as much.
Okay. All right then. Do you have any family here in town currently?
I do, but I don't associate with my family as much.
Not with yours? Okay. And what about Richard? Does he have any family here?
We seem like everyone, so I don't know.
Okay. Does anyone else live with you guys over at 4855?
No.
Any household pets? Dogs, cats, birds?
Just a cat.
Just a cat? Okay. Who takes care of Janiyah when you guys were working?
We switch out. Typically when he works, I work on his off days. So the days that he's off, I stay at home with her. And then the days that I'm off, he stays at home with her. And then we need somebody to, we just have somebody to watch her if we need to.
Okay. And how is Janiyah? Is she a healthy little girl? Is she playful, active?
Yeah, all of that.
Any medical concerns with her?
Not at all.
Did she go to school?
She was about to start.
She was about to start to go to, what's 5? So kindergarten?
She's smart. She was going to be in first grade.
Oh, okay. Was she already enrolled?
No, we were moving around, so we didn't, like I said, he just got her, so he didn't really have her socials. And the little girl we were babysitting, we had to pick her up from school, and he was going to see if we could put her in her school.
All right. So let's, what I'd like to do is we want to talk about how we all ended up here today. Just be honest with me and tell me the story, all right?
Yesterday, she was outside playing, and she came back in the house crying because she had run into a scuffle. But last night, after dinner and stuff, she ended up getting in the bath. She was in the tub, and it's like she was like sniffing or drinking the water, and I had to correct her about it because she was like, I don't know if she was like, I don't really know how to explain how she was doing it, but she was like trying to breathe almost in the water. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. But so like I said, I corrected her about that everything was fine, put her to bed, checked on her. Like I said, she wakes up periodically, so a few times out the night she gets checked on. And by 4 o'clock, I would say 4 o'clock because it was right before her dad left, got up and checked on her. She was fine, she was up. He left. I laid back down, went to sleep, got up to check on her because, normally she's up at a certain time. And she was just staring. I don't really know. It's that look I thought she was just laying there or just playing, but normally if she sees me, she'll pop her head up or something. So I just didn't pay any mind to it. So I went to go lay back down for like another 30 minutes until I realized she didn't get up to knock on the door. She didn't call for me or nothing. So I went to go check on her again, and she was still looking the same. So I was just like, okay, something's wrong. And at that point, I called her dad, and then I called the hospital.
Okay, so you say yesterday, which is going to be Tuesday the 10th, you said she was outside and that she had gotten into a scuffle.
Or something up to where she came back just ruffled up, yes.
About what time do you think that was?
It was like later on in the day, older time of day, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe.
So about 4 or 5? Who was home at that time?
I believe it was just me home at the time.
So she say that she came into the apartment. Mm-hmm. How did she look?
Beat up. Like her eyes, her face, she just looked like somebody had roughed her up. Her hair was pulled. Her clothes were messed up. Like she was all dirty and stuff. Like she was just outside playing or, getting roughed up or something. And by the time we went out there to go see what was going on, everybody was gone. There was nothing or no one to be found.
All right. So what did she tell you happened?
She was just like, they were being mean to her, and I kept saying, who was they? She was like, the kids. Like, she was just really upset.
So she didn't tell you the names of any of the kids? Or
she had just started going outside, so I don't think she would even know their names like that. It's like, we don't send her outside like that. It shouldn't have been no kids on her, to be honest, but... Has
she got hurt like that before, outside?
She don't go outside. So
this is the first time she's ever been outside?
It's not the first time she's been outside. That's just one of the first few times.
Okay.
And I didn't really think to... ask where were you at when, I figured I knew where she was at.
Did you hear any fighting? Did you hear kids?
I always heard kids because we live right by the pool.
Did you hear her cry out or cry for help? Or
no.
You didn't hear her screaming or crying or anything like that?
She's a tougher head. She's
tough? Okay. So she comes in after the incident outside. Did you check her body out to see what was going on? Did you see if she was hurt?
She was.
And what did you see hurt?
Her face.
Can you... So what was on her? What did you see on her face?
She had a black eye, and then like the other side of her face was kind of messed up. It was some other things. I don't know. I think her mouth might have been messed up.
So what happens after you check her out?
I checked her out, made sure. Like I said, I went to go see what was going on outside. Okay. Everything had died down at that point.
Did y'all have dinner that night?
Yeah, of course.
What was for dinner?
Well, we don't honestly have much in the house right now, so she just had tater sauce and a sandwich.
Did she eat what normal size portions?
Yes.
What time do you think dinner was?
She got to bed at 9, so I would say it was like maybe 8:30 or something.
Okay. So at 8:30, 9 o'clock, she seems fine. She had supper. Is Richard home at this time?
Oh, yeah.
So he's back. What time did he arrive home?
Like right before she had to go to bed, so like 8 something.
Okay.
It was like 8 something.
And where was he at?
Janiyah's father, Richard Davis, was gone during the time Shevhaun claims the little girl.
Would you look at this? Would you look at this sweet Would you look at this? Let me move. This is what I want y'all to pay attention to. This mofo. She couldn't tell this Negro was sweet. What was he doing with you? Let me back it up just 1 second and see how he sashayed through this daggone door. Cause child, ain't no way in the heck Ray Charles can see from the graveyard that this Negro is super sweet. And so he also, the guy that did this video, he did a phenomenal job. He also interviewed the best friend, and she said there was a lot of I don't know if I can even say that here. There was a lot of like family on family stuff going on. I don't know if I can say that word, but that's how I'm gonna put it. But check it out, because he getting ready to sashay through this door. He's whose father?
Supper. Is Richard home at this time?
Oh, yeah.
So he's what time did he arrive home?
Like right before she had to go to bed, so like 8 something.
Okay.
It was like 8 something.
And where was he at?
Janiyah's father, Richard Davis, was gone during the time Shevhaun claims the little girl was in a scuffle with other children on September 10th. He was, in fact, at a Popeye's chicken restaurant eating food with another man. We can verify this with security footage from the establishment. During the video, while waiting for his food to be made, he can be seen being very annoyed about something. I have no clue and can't even begin to speculate about what made him so frustrated. Nevertheless, for the purpose of creating a timeline, let's quickly recap what Shevhaun says happened to Janiyah from Tuesday, September 10th.
Just take a look at this. Just take a look at him. Wait, what was he doing for anybody? Child.
When Richard was out eating until emergency personnel arrived the following morning. According to Shevhaun, during her first interview with police, between 4 and 5 p.m. on Tuesday, September 10th, Janiyah is in an altercation with children outside the apartment complex she lives in. She comes home crying, upset, and beat up, sustaining a black eye, additional facial damage, possible mouth injuries, and pulled hair amongst other signs she's been roughed up by someone else. But when Shevhaun goes outside to investigate, she doesn't see anyone suspicious. A short while later, Richard returns home.
He out eating mother freaking Popeyes, and your daughter is at home eating a tater tots and a sandwich because according to your girlfriend, y'all didn't have no money. But he out sharing a Popeyes meal with his side piece, because you can't tell me that it's not. And I don't have anything against anybody, but be who you are. A lot of men get aggressive because they are living a double life and living a lie instead of living in their truth. Soon as he opened the door and took one step into the Popeye, already knew what was up.
Home at 8 p.m., just before Janiyah eats a dinner between 8:30 and 9 p.m. consisting of tater tots and a sandwich. Shevhaun claims that Janiyah ate a normal portion of the meal before taking a bath and going to bed at around 9 p.m. in her normal spot on the couch in the front room. She follows up that she and Richard then went to bed at around 11 p.m. While in the bath Tuesday night following the altercation, Shevhaun claims Janiyah was trying to sniff, drink, or breathe the water in the tub. She states that she had to correct Janiyah about it, but offers no further explanation during this interview. She goes on to claim that everything was fine when she put Janiyah to bed. She then says she checked on the child at around 4 a.m. and the child was fine and up. This was just before Richard left to go donate plasma in town. For those of you who don't know, plasma is the liquid part of your blood. You can donate it regularly for cash. Richard then leaves the apartment at around 5 a.m. and can be spotted on a bus heading into town. Soon after, Shevhaun gets up to check on Janiyah again, and this time she does so by pulling back the little girl's covers. She claims Janiyah was staring back, open-eyed and blank. There was no interaction exchanged between the two. Shevhaun lays back down for 30 minutes before realizing something is off, as Janiyah, uncharacteristically, was not yet awakened up. After checking on the little girl for a third time and realizing that Janiyah was indeed unresponsive, she decides to call Richard at the Telechrist Plasma Donation Center because he left his phone at home. After 6 minutes of talking with Richard on the Telechrist phone line, the call ends and Shevhaun contacts emergency services just before 8 a.m. Now that we've got the timeline down, I'd like to remind you not to get comfortable. Shevhaun provided 3 interviews to police, and her story does a fair bit of changing. Her third interview is a full-on video interrogation. If you really want to help piece together what happened to Janiyah Russell, stick around. The family could use your help. It's also worth noting that while the couple don't have any other kids themselves, they regularly babysit for other parents. Specifically, during this time, 2 little girls aged 5 and 1 that belonged to an ex-coworker of Richard's named Liz. The last day they babysat these children was Monday, September 9th from 2 to 11 p.m. Their mother Liz had worked with Richard in Walmart before being let go. He, Shevhaun, and Janiyah were all about to move in with Liz, with the plan being to babysit her kids full-time as a means to pay rent. Of course, this would never happen because the day Richard planned to move was the day Janiyah died. And these aren't the only kids that Richard and Shevhaun looked after. And we'll get to that in a minute, as that information comes with a bombshell.
So you check on at 7:30, 7:45. How did she look then?
And I said that at that point, I figured something was wrong. She was looking the same, not moving. And then I realized her hands were really cold. So I turned on the heater, thinking that maybe she's just really cold.
What, did you check her breathing?
Yeah.
Was she breathing?
I don't think so. I couldn't really tell for sure.
And you say you called Richard first?
Mm-hmm.
What did you tell him?
I just told him he needs to hurry up and get over because I don't know what's going on and she's not breathing. And he's like, well, you need to hurry up and go to the hospital. Like, okay, I just wanted to.
Okay, so then I'm guessing paramedics arrive and they grab Janiyah up and take off. So part of what we do is we examine Janiyah's body. Mm-hmm. She's got a lot of injuries. She has a lot of injuries. And earlier, when we first started our conversation, I asked you to make sure that you're honest with me and you tell me the truth with what happened. Mm-hmm. And that's important. I've been doing this for quite a while, and I can tell you that the extent of injuries that she has on her body is not from a scuffle.
I don't know about the extent of injuries on her body.
Well, I can tell you that I've seen her body, and I'm telling you, this didn't come from a scuffle out in front of your apartment. Her injuries are extensive.
Yeah, the only thing that I knew of that was new to me was the spot on her stomach. I don't know where the that came from at all. I mean, anything else I told you about, that's what I saw, and I did mention it.
So this all happened yesterday. You got
much.
You got to tell me how she got hurt like that.
I'm telling you how she got hurt like that.
She didn't get hurt like that.
Well, I
need you to tell me the truth.
I'm telling you.
That child's injuries did not come from a scuffle out in front of your apartment complex.
Tell me what the injury
I'm telling you.
I'm not trying to be funny at all.
I know you're not.
I'm really trying to figure out because the only thing I knew about was her face. And then, like I said,
she has bruises all over her abdomen, all over her arms, all over her legs, all over her face, all over her head, all over her neck. She looks like she's been in a fight with an MMA fighter. She didn't get this from a scuffle out in front of your apartment. I'm telling you 100%, no doubt in my mind. I don't doubt that she was beat, but this didn't happen out in front of the apartment complex from some kids.
Wow.
And when she was in the bath?
The most she did was like...
Describe that for me. I was just kind of wondering what that was. What do you mean she was sniffing the water? What is it?
Like I said, after, that or whatever, she was laying down in the tub and she was like kind of on her side. So like, I thought she was like, just laying in the water and then like maybe blowing the water out her mouth, like out of her mouth area so she can breathe or whatever. But I realized that she was kind of like, it kind of seemed like she was like trying to drink the water or something. Like, I don't really know how to explain what she was doing because once I seen her doing it, I was just like, okay, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's dangerous,
What'd she say?
She don't talk back. She's just gonna get up and not do it.
She go back?
Yeah, she's just gonna stop doing it.
Did you have to get her out of the water or anything like that?
No, but the water was kind of like high to her body. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, if she's laying flat, you see how little she is, and it was like halfway covering up her. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was like, okay, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you got out of the water, how long was she in the bathroom?
I don't know, because like I said, she ended up staying in there a little while longer because I let her wash herself off, and then she watched to be in the tub. So, she soaked herself up and stuff like that.
Did you wash her like vaginal area or anything like that? Was she especially dirty or anything like that?
What?
Her private parts, her vaginal area.
Did you say was she especially dirty?
Yeah, was she dirty? Because you said she got in a scuffle.
She had on clothes.
But did you have to wash her any like harder than normal? I'm just like other than normal stuff.
No, not at all.
Okay. You said you had to correct her.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
Told her to not do.
That's it?
Yeah.
Told her not to do it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm really still stuck on the fact of what you said. I really am.
When she came in, because you said that Richard wasn't there, and she told you that she'd gotten into a scuffle out in front of the building, did you call him or send him a text, hey, she got into a fight?
I would say he don't really have a phone. The phone, he do have his own Wi-Fi, so typically he's not really going to take that phone because I'm the one that has Janiyah. Mm-hmm. So in case of an emergency, I need to call somebody, which we don't really have emergencies, and we don't ever really need to call nobody, ever.
Okay. As far as discipline, because she is 5, and all of us here have children, we know how 5-year-olds are.
She gets whoopings.
Does she get a whooping? Okay. Explain to me how she gets a whooping.
Honest, it just depends on what she did. She was a very different type of kid, so like I said, it just depended on what her actions were. Like sometimes she'll have to end up going her, work out, that type of stuff.
What do you mean work out?
Losses, because I don't really like whoopings.
Okay.
So I make her work out, or she stand in the corner.
Give me an idea of an exercise program you put her on for discipline.
Like say, if she's been lying, she can do wall sits. and then she'll do some push-ups.
Okay, so she'll put her back up against the wall with her legs bent, and then she holds her hands up?
Yes.
And how long will you make her do that for?
I would say it just depends. Like I said, for lying and stuff like that, or trying to be in grown folks' business, it just depends. Like she'll do sets, like, you know what I'm saying? So say she'll do count to 10, stand up, and then go down, count to 10, stand up. It's like that. It's not like no extreme workout challenge. It's really simple stuff.
How many push-ups?
No extreme
10.
workout
Everything's counted 10.
Okay. When she gets a whooping, do you use your hand or you use an object? A belt?
I don't really give out the whippings. I leave that to her dad. But if he's not really like there and it's just like, okay, she's being too bad and my form of punishment is not working, then it might be a belt. But yeah, that's about it.
Was she disciplined yesterday?
No, for what?
I'm asking. I know. Was she disciplined
No.
for anything?
No.
What about the day before?
No, we were released the day before. So if she was looking like that, somebody would have seen her like that.
No, I'm saying just as far as discipline. I'm not saying that she looked like that 2 days ago. I'm asking if she was disciplined 2 days ago for anything, for being bad.
No. Like,
We,
say for example, if anything like yesterday, she don't really like to learn. So when she was pretending not to know a word that she was timing out, she's really smart. It can take her a minute to do it, but sometimes it can take her longer because she doesn't want to learn. So for that, she had to stand in the corner. But that's the most she had to do yesterday, was stand in the corner.
so she stood in the corner yesterday?
Yeah.
Do you remember what time that was? When were you doing studies?
Around 12.
Why did she get put in the corner yesterday again?
Because basically she didn't want to. She knew what a word was, and she was pretending like she didn't know what it was.
A what word?
A word that we were working on. She was pretending like she didn't know what it was. So she ended up getting in trouble.
What was the word?
Fat.
Fat? It's an easy one. Yep. Is she receptive to discipline? You know, does she...
She can be, but you know, we just work with it.
Okay. Does it frustrate you?
Yep.
She's fine.
It's typical 5-year-old behavior, yeah? Okay. All right. So she gets... So occasionally she'll get a whooping with a hand or a belt. She also does, what do you call them? Wall sits?
Yes.
Wall sits and push-ups?
Yeah.
Sit-ups, anything like that?
No, squats.
Squats? Okay. Is that against the wall or freestanding?
You know squats. You don't know.
I know what squat is, yeah.
Yes, for standing.
Okay. All right.
What attitude stuff?
Can I ask you really quick too? I know we had touched on it, but you had said she had complaints last night. What were her complaints? Was she complaining with headache? Was she complaining like she wanted to throw up?
Yeah, no, she didn't ever say she wanted to throw up, but you know, you asked like, oh, does her hair and stuff like that, right? Yeah, she did say, yeah, it hurts a little. And she didn't really, like I said, she's kind of tough, so she doesn't really complain too much. So if something was really bothering her like that, I don't think I would have known because, like I said, she's tough, so she would have probably just tried to sleep it off.
I was just asking because I thought you had said she did have complaints last night. Did I hear that wrong?
No, you.
If this biatch say one more time that this little girl is tough, y'all, I'm sorry. I just need a second reset. I want to find this biatch, and I hope they giving her everything she need in jail. You big bully. And then to act like she really, really freaking cares. You didn't care. I am so sick of these people talking about they had the kids exercising. Wall squats.
Oh, you heard it right? Yeah, she did.
So then I just want to be clear that her complaints were that you asked her for head hurt and she said yes.
No, her everything, like, you know, just because of the fact that what happened, that's part of the reason why she ended up getting the bag, because, you know.
Did you tell Richard about the scuffle up front? What did he say?
He was concerned. He asked what I did. And then, you know, it was just, like, he's a type of parent. He's a guy, so he just feels like it'll make her tougher. He was concerned, but, you know, he don't really show his emotions like I do.
Did you call the police?
No.
Did you call security?
No.
Did you go knock on any doors?
No. Because she was just supposed to be playing outside.
So your little girl comes in, black eye, bloody lip.
I went to go see what was going on, but like I said, by the time I got out there, it seemed like everything just, even the pool is open.
I mean, you didn't knock on no doors? You didn't say, hey, did anybody see anything? You didn't see my kid get beat up? You didn't ask nobody?
I didn't think about it. And yeah, she was spitting out blood when she came back too, like her mouth. That's what I was saying, like her mouth was like, it wasn't like really like leaking, but I seen it was like red.
Did she wipe it up with anything?
I cleaned it up.
With what?
Tissue. Just tossed it in the trash. I mean, in the toilet.
Flushed them down?
Yeah.
Okay. And let me ask you this, is there any domestic violence issues in the home?
No.
You ever get in a scuffle with Richard?
I mean, everybody argued, dude.
Everybody argues. I mean, you ever put his hands on it?
No.
We have to ask. Drugs or alcohol use in the house?
I mean, we smoke.
Smoke what?
Weed.
It's legal now. I mean, we don't care. Is there anything else?
No.
I mean, we're not here for that. We're not drug people. We're not, is there any meth or any cocaine we're gonna find in the house or nothing crazy like that? Okay. And we just have to ask.
None of that.
Has anybody other than you or Richard watched?
Hold on, y'all. This is
Denial this week.
No.
How would you describe these liftings that she would get? Ever pretty forceful? Did she cry?
Who don't? You kids cry after getting yelled at. I had to sit the baby in the corner because she kept finding her sister.
Okay, but can you describe the lumpy saying that, like you said, it was with a belt? I mean, pretty forceful, pretty hard?
We don't do weapons with a belt all the time. That's why we do workouts and stuff. But if she do have to get a belt, it's on her butt.
Okay.
First off.
When's the last time she got a whipping with a belt? I don't know. You don't know?
No.
You can get whipped within the last 24 hours?
No, that she shouldn't have. No. Because like I said, she was standing in the corner. That's the most trouble she could have possibly been into.
At any point was she with her dad by herself without you there?
Not for knowledge or anything.
And when she moved, or when dad got full custody, was she with mom before that?
Foster care.
Foster
She
care?
was with her mom, but she went into foster care. She got went back to us.
Foster care here or where?
In Colorado.
And if I seem like, I know agitated isn't the right word, I see injuries like this on children. And because you don't have a better explanation other than she was outside and got into a scuffle, that's not good enough. That's not.
I understand that.
I'm sorry. It isn't.
Okay.
When a child has that, when her body is bruised from head to toe like that.
I promise you, I'm really trying to figure out.
You're telling me that you didn't seem like it was that big of a deal. And when Richard sees the stuff like, oh, it makes her tougher. Both of her eyes are black. She has 2 black eyes. She has bruising all over her stomach, her arms, her legs. She looks like she fell out of an airplane. And you're telling me, oh, it was a scuffle outside. And then you didn't call the police. You didn't tell security. You didn't do anything. I'm assuming you've been with this girl for 5 years or for a year. I'm assuming you love this little girl. You take care of her.
She calls you mommy, right?
She calls you mommy? And she comes in beat up and you know, well,
I'm understanding.
no big deal.
No, it's not no big deal. When she told me I'm ready to go fight, I'm not ready to call the police. I'm not ready to call security. I'm ready to go whip somebody else. Because you did my child.
Then why?
That's the type of person I am. I told you when I went out there, it's like everybody had disappeared. Nobody was outside playing no more. The whole situation just completely died down. What am I supposed to really go do?
You didn't knock on no neighbor's door and say, hey, did you see anybody put their hands on my kid?
Like I said, I really didn't think about it. I was just ready to whip some ass right then and there. And when I'm in that mode, that's all I'm thinking about. And especially when it comes to her.
All right, you got a little bit of a temper.
No.
No?
When it comes to the right reasons.
Okay.
And somebody putting their hands on her is the right reason.
So if my kid...
And I didn't know she was... Her arms...
Yeah.
Her legs...
Yeah.
Her head...
Yes.
No, like I said, the most
up.
I knew about was her face. But the fact that you're saying is all that, I'm really confused. I'm genuinely confused right now.
Me too.
I didn't know it was that serious.
That's why I want a better explanation.
Can you give me one?
I wasn't there. You were there.
I wasn't outside with her.
You're saying that all those injuries happened to her from a scuffle outside your apartment. That's what you're
That's the only way I know if it's coming from. I'm being so for real right now.
like she fell off of the airplane.
All right, that's what we're going to go with. In follow-up?
Nope, that's it.
Operator, this is Detective Conover. That concludes the interview. The time is 11:52.
Roughly an hour and a half after Shevhaun's first interview, while still at Sunrise Hospital, she requests to speak to authorities for a second time. This is where her testimony starts to change drastically. For the record, there's no doubt that Shevhaun Miller is lying about what happened to Janiyah. This is irrefutable. The question, though, is for what purpose is she being deceptive? You'll want to watch this whole documentary before you make up your mind. It's crucial that you're aware of all of the available details first.
It is September 11th, 2019. The time is 13:26 hours. We are at Sunrise Hospital. And also, again, we'll be speaking with Shevhaun Miller. And Shevhaun, you said that you had some more information that you wanted to share with us?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that when I called 911 initially and they told me how to do the CPR, water was coming out of her mouth and nose. So I don't know if that had anything to do with anything, but her mouth and nose had water coming out of it as I was doing the CPR.
Water?
Yes.
Okay. And you were getting instructions on the phone about how to do CPR?
As I was on the phone doing the CPR, this is why I'm really about. I completely forgot about that. It was, as I'm pumping, it's water coming out of her mouth, just flowing out of her mouth and her nose on the floor, right in front of the couch.
Did anything else come up with the water?
It was like mucus. As a matter of fact, I think she had some spit like hanging out her. I don't know how I'm forgetting everything that I needed to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, she had like went out. That's what made me even acknowledge it too. She had like spit hanging out her mouth and stuff when I went to go check on her again. And then, like I said, once I called and did the CPR,
it was water coming out of her mouth and nose. It was water coming out, and the only thing I could think of, she just kept saying, just checking to see if she's breathing. And that's the only thing I was worried about. I didn't even say, oh, it's water coming out while I was on the phone. I was just trying to check and see if she was breathing. I don't know if that had something to do with the fact that she was drinking the water in the tub or whatever it was that she was doing in the tub. So it's like, I really don't know.
When did she get it back?
Like, last night.
What time?
Probably right before dinner, so like 7.
Was Richard there?
I'm not sure. I don't know, because I feel like when around the time when it was time for her to go to bed and stuff, I feel like he came like right after she went to bed. I'm not really like I said, I completely forgot to tell y'all that the water was coming out of her nose and mouth, which is a very important detail. So it's just like I can't even remember if he was there or not. Like, I'm kind of traumatized, if you would choose to say. Like,
Did she dress herself after a bath, or did you dress her?
I typically dress her.
And I know I asked you this before. When you got her dressed after the bath, you didn't notice any of these other bruises that we've been talking about. Because remember, I said her body's covered.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would have noticed it getting her up the tub. I really did not notice all that stuff. I genuinely, I'm telling you, like, even with her head, like the fact that you're saying her head is, whatever you're saying is going on with her head, I'm really like surprised. The only thing that I know of that she could have possibly done, but my nieces haven't even been around, they headbutt each other a lot. But my niece haven't even been around her, so it's just like, I'm not understanding at all where she would be getting these head injuries from.
Okay. Obviously, we're going to find out what more injuries we're going to have tomorrow after the exam.
More?
What other injury? We don't know. I don't know what's inside. I don't know what's going on. So that's up to a doctor to tell us what.
She have internal injuries?
I don't know. I have no idea. So we're going to have the doctor examine. If there are other injuries, we're going to know. We're going to find out.
Yeah, of course.
Is there anything else we're forgetting to ask you? Anything else that would have happened that might have caused these things?
No, but now, like I said, I'm kind of upset that I didn't tell you guys about that water from the beginning, because that's the only thing that I could really think about at this point is that water. Okay. And it was coming out of her when I was doing CPR.
And when he leaves,
like I said, when he left, I went right.
Now, you heard that this biatch said, you know what? I had put the wrong link up on for always. I don't know how I did that, but I just updated it on everywhere. But did you hear her on the phone with the operator? I don't know if you came in right after that or before that. On the call with the operator, which when she was not doing nothing for this child, because she didn't do no CPR or nothing. Like, it wasn't even a pause in between, the operator telling her what to do and her saying that, okay, that's been completed. That's been completed. She didn't do nothing for this child. But what she told the operator was that she don't feel no air or nothing coming out of her mouth or nose. So now, mysteriously, because she talked about this daggone bath, she want to come back and talk to them and correct the record. Oh, I forgot to say, when I was doing CPR, water was coming out her mouth or nose. And for always, you hit the head right on the nose. They interviewed her best friend. She was indeed tired of babysitting this little girl. But let's continue.
Back to sleep.
Okay.
So
did you see her at that time?
No, I didn't get up until a few hours later.
No, you were awake, but you didn't get up out of bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was up, but I didn't get up.
Did you see?
Yeah, because I was, matter of fact, I'm lying. I did get up. I had to lock the door.
Oh, you locked the door behind you?
Yes, I did. I forgot, because I just heard it was a serial killer on the loose. How ironic is that? So I ended up, I'm like, babe, I'm just going to lock this door because it's crazy out here. But I didn't really acknowledge her. I just went back to the room. That's why I'm not remembering that, I did get up at that point in time, but I didn't check on her until I woke up later on.
Okay.
And then, I realized she was different than normal. And then I just still brushed it off, because like I said, the way she was looking, I really thought she was possibly just laying there. And then I realized, like I said, she's not getting up. Okay, let me go check on her again. Make sure everything's all right. And then I realized, okay, something's wrong. Like I said, that's when she had to spit on her pillow. And then that's what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm missing the stuff that matters. And then that's when I realized, okay, she's a little cold. I need to turn the heater on. Then I called her dad, like, okay, something's not right. And then I called 911, which I probably should have called 911 first and then her dad. But I just wanted him to know, okay, you're going to have to go to the hospital, because once I get on the phone with the ambulance, I'm not going to be able to call you. And that's pretty much how it was.
A few days ago, Richard told us about an incident that happened a few days ago.
What happened a few days ago?
With, you have a girlfriend named Deshanae?
Uh-huh.
And was she over there visiting you guys at your place with her kids?
Yeah.
You remember something happening that day?
That might have been the day me and her left. So I'm not, like, I don't know, we be kind of busy sometimes too. So it's just like, my sister hasn't really been over there. I mean, like, it probably was the other day, but I don't really remember exactly what day it was, because it was like right before we got the little girls. So it was the other day, but I don't remember, you know.
Is Deshanae your sister? Or
No,
she's a friend?
She's my friend, but.
What's her last name?
Johnson. What did he say happened with her?
Well, I don't want to tell you what he said. I want to see if you were. So I want to see if you were there. If you remember an incident that happened.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I was there, because I know it's always something like that.
Did he tell you about an incident?
I'm not sure. Like, that's what I can't guarantee, because I know for a fact she ended up headbutting with my niece. I don't know for sure exactly, you know, what it could possibly be that he's talking about.
Did he tell you that something happened?
It's always something happening.
It's something that you would go, oh, okay. When I say something happened, I mean it's something that's serious that you would go, oh, okay, that's what happened.
Where she would have gotten a whooping.
Oh, where she got a whooping?
Mm-hmm.
Was it she was kissing the girls on the mouth or something?
Nope.
Oh, then I don't know. I don't know for sure.
So
he went out, but according to the best friend who she's calling her sister, but they really were lovers, he was, you know, abusive to her. And then also she was with child, and they said that Richard beat the, you know, the baby out of her. So, but she really wasn't, you know, trying to tell that story too much. Like, basically, 1 minute she was preggo, and the next minute she was not. But this whole little story that she don't put together here missed me with the bull crap.
Were you there when that happened? Did you see that?
When she was kissing the girls on the mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Did I see that happen? I was there that day. I don't think he was there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, because there's always something going on. We always have kids at the house. Like, this is not nothing new for us to have kids around, you know? My nieces are always over. We are babysitting. We were supposed to babysit today. So it's like, it's not really anything new that we're always having kids around, especially little girls. So it's like,
did he tell you that he had to spank her with a belt?
He don't run his stuff by me. Not really. He don't run his.
So you don't have, that's just not something that come in conversation. Hey, by the way, I had to spank her today for blah blah blah.
If I had to whip her, I'm gonna run that by him.
Mm-hmm.
But if he had to whip his daughter, he doesn't have to run that by me. I just told you what she got into, you know, with the most recent thing that she did. So it's just like, I don't know what that could have possibly been. And it's been a few days since my nieces have been over, or my sister's been over, so I don't really recall too much.
Okay. This case is going to be solved medically. Not me. I'm not a doctor. I don't do that. But when I'm at the autopsy tomorrow, I'm going to know everything that's wrong with Janiyah.
No, yeah,
I'll know everything.
And that's what I'm saying. The only thing I can think of at this point that could have possibly happened was that water. And like I said, when I was pumping her,
the only two people that have had contact with that baby
is me and her.
Is you and him.
Right.
So somebody ain't telling me the story.
No.
Somebody's not telling me the truth. Babies don't get full of water all on themselves.
I told you what she was doing.
So, not from that. Well, that was at 7, 8 o'clock. This is 10 hours later. She's not still full of water. It's not. It didn't happen.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she was drinking it. I feel like she was breathing it in.
I know, but then she would have expired while she was taking a bath. She can't be full of water 10 hours later while you're giving her CPR. That's impossible. I'm gonna know more tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I want you to be prepared for me tomorrow.
Okay. I didn't do anything to her. I'm telling you, I put her in the tub and she was laying there. She was laying in the tub. It wasn't like for when I give her baths too much for me to possibly have done something like putting her under the water or something like that.
Did she accidentally drown in the water last night? And
I'm not sure, because at a certain point in time, I did walk off.
Well, what I'm saying, last night before bed, and she's in the bathtub. Did she drown while she was in the bathtub? And you're scared to tell us that she drowned, and that's how this other story came up with checking on her throughout the night, and then you finally call for paramedics in the morning. You know, obviously you know that you have to call somebody and report that your child has passed away. So, with the water coming up out of her,
honestly,
it makes me believe that maybe she had drowned.
I would not have waited that long to say something, because I would have felt like there was possibly a chance that somebody could have saved her. Now, if anything, maybe my time frames are wrong, but other than that, I'm literally telling you that's what that was. Like I said, maybe my time is off, and maybe, you know, the night was a little later, but other than that, no, I'm literally telling you that's what happened. I didn't.
So when she was done with her bath, she was fine. She got dressed. You put her to bed, gave her a kiss on the cheek goodnight, and you and Richard went to bed. But she got out of the bathtub. You dressed her. Mm-hmm. She went and laid down on the couch and went to bed.
Yes.
Okay. She didn't drown in the bathtub. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Or not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Well, I mean, you would know. You were there. You know the difference between drowning in a bathtub and not drowning in a bathtub, right?
I mean, I guess so, but I don't think...
If a child drowns in the bathtub, they're dead. They're dead in the bathtub.
Well, I think I would have had more knowledge of why the water was coming out of her like that.
Did you find her dead in the bathtub earlier?
No. No.
You can tell me. That would explain a lot. That makes more sense now. If you're telling me that she had water coming out of her while you were giving her CPR, that makes sense. This is the time to tell me the truth.
There was water coming out of her. But I wouldn't wait hours to call for help. I'm not making no vote.
Tell me what happened to me. Tell me what happened to this little girl.
I am.
You can do it. You're strong enough.
Definitely.
You are. I believe in you.
But
you gotta tell me the truth.
she's a liar.
You gotta tell me what happened to her. She deserves that.
I told you she was laying there. She was laying in the tub, first of all. Why? Just saying, would that even be believable if I pumped the water out of her already? You can't see water in your lungs if it's already pumped out of her.
During the autopsy, if she drowned, there will be medical signs that will tell us that she drowned. We'll be able to know that tomorrow.
There was water coming out of her.
I believe you.
Can we discuss this tomorrow? Please.
She's trying to tell a story, get in front of the story, think about what she told them already while asking them to give her answers so that her story makes sense. And that this young baby's unaliving matches her actions. She's pathetic and all of the above. My issue is that the father of this child should have gotten as much time as this woman. He got a slap on the wrist. He got a slap on the wrist. That's it. And so the sexual part of it, which was done by him, he basically didn't serve hardly any time for that. I am just, when I don't even know how to feel. But this is still, so this is Nevada, right? Las Vegas, Nevada. So I just don't know what's going on out there, because just like they're not charging David, it's around the same area, but it's not like, you know, it's that. I don't even want to talk about David either. Like,
You should tell us now. It's best if you tell me now what happened. I want to know what happened to this little girl.
I'm not trying to go to jail for something I didn't do, that nobody did.
Tell us what happened. Tell us when you found her.
What?
When did she drown?
I don't know for sure if she drowned or not. I thought she was just laying there. I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do.
There was 2 people in that apartment.
Her dad was not there. He didn't do that. Nobody purposely harmed her like that.
Then tell me how it was an accident.
Okay, I really can't.
That little girl deserves the truth.
I do completely understand that, and I'm giving you the truth. I really am. But I just don't.
You were a mother to her. She thought of you as her mama. She called you mama.
I know that's not really going to help. I want to know that I'm not going to go to jail for something that wasn't done purposefully, or something that I didn't do, something that he didn't do. Neither one of us sat there and hurt her like that on purpose or ever tried to.
But Shevhaun, you won't tell me what happened.
I just want to know I'm not going to go to jail for something that...
Explain what happened to me. Tell me how it was an accident. You're strong enough. You can do this. You love that little girl. I know you do. Tell me the story so it makes sense. Please.
I don't know what happened. Like I said, she got into the scuffle, and I ended up putting her in the tub. I don't know exactly what time. The water was just running, and I wasn't paying attention.
And what time was this?
I don't know what time it was.
Was it? You think it was nighttime?
It was nighttime.
Was Richard there?
No.
How long was she in the bathtub for?
She wasn't in there that long.
Did you start the water for her, or did she start her own water?
I turned the water on.
Okay.
I filled it up, and then I walked off.
Did you turn the water off?
I didn't turn it off yet.
Did she turn it off?
No.
When you went back into the bathroom, was the water running?
I ended up turning it off.
Okay.
And I walked off, and I came back, and like I said, she was laying in the tub. I got her out, and I tried my best.
When she was in the tub, was she face down or was she face up?
I don't know, because like I said, she was laying in the tub at 1st, and she was laying there like, you know, on her back and stuff, just waiting on the water to fill up. I don't know what happened after that. I just grabbed her out the tub, and that's where I think that mark came from on her stomach, from me trying to get her out the tub, and she was like laying over the tub, because like I said, that mark and stuff on her stomach was not there. I don't know where that came from. I don't know even know if that sounds realistic or not, but that wasn't on her. Nobody, like, even when you're saying like the bruises, nobody don't beat on her like that.
Okay. So
you can ask my sister. She was living with us for a couple months. I don't even whoop Janiyah.
So when you pulled her out of the tub, was she breathing?
I thought she was. I thought she was. I really did. That's why I just laid her down and go to bed. She, you know, she was able to get dressed and stuff like I don't know. I don't know if I'm like.
She got up and she got dressed?
No, I'm saying like I got her dressed, but.
You dressed her?
Yeah, I always dress her. It's just, I don't know. I just thought, you know, she was gonna be okay. I thought she was gonna be fine. I didn't know that something was wrong. I would have called sooner. I would not have let her sit there like that. I feel horrible. I have to go talk to her dad, and I still haven't seen him. He left the house with her, understandably alive, as he thought, as we all thought, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like she was fine. I don't know.
Is it possible that when you pulled her out of the tub, that she had already passed away? Was she dead when you pulled her out of that water?
I don't know.
Did she?
I just wanted her to be okay.
Did you put a blanket over her?
Girl. I dried her off, and I put her clothes on her, and I laid her down because I thought she was just tired. I hope to go to bed.
Did something happen before the bath where you might have been upset with her? Anything like that?
No.
Did you tell Richard about what happened in the bathtub?
I didn't talk to him until I thought she was fine.
How long was she in the bathtub alone?
I always leave her in the tub alone.
How long do you think?
Like 30 minutes. Not even that long. I can't calculate time. I cannot. Time is just not my friend.
So she was on her stomach, but her head was to the side.
Yeah.
Was she floating on top of the water, or was she under the water?
She was on the water, and then, I don't know, I just...
Would you be able to show us?
Show you what?
How she was in the water?
Did you try to do CPR when you got her out of the tub? You did? Okay. Did water come out when you did CPR?
And then I called her dad, and then I called my mom.
I mean, after you pulled it. So was the bath this morning, not last night? Because you said she took a bath last night and she was floating in the water last night. So when you pulled her out of the tub last night before you dressed her and put her on the couch, did you do CPR then? Did you try and revive her?
No. I didn't.
You just got her dressed and put her on the couch?
I could have saved her. I really thought she was fine. She's kind of dramatic sometimes. So I thought she was just playing along or something. I didn't know. That's why I tell her all the time, stop being so dramatic, because when somebody really needs to know what's going on, they're not going to know.
There was no way for her to tell you what was going on, because she had already passed away. She couldn't tell you.
No, maybe not. Maybe she didn't. Like I said, my time is off. My time is off for when the timing was. I don't know what time it was. All I know was just dark outside.
Weren't you concerned that when you had to pull her from the tub? I mean, she must have been just limp. She must have been just lifeless.
Like I said, my time is on. I wasn't made for that yet.
How come you didn't call for help?
I did.
Last night, after the tub, you didn't.
She got.
I know you did this morning. How come you waited so long?
She got a bath this morning.
She got a bath this morning.
You see what I told you? For always make sure you put a pin in that, because she kept saying she had the bath at night. So now, because her narrative needs to change and they are asking her questions at a rapid pace, now she got a bath this morning. You cannot make this. You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
After he had already left? Okay.
So what can I tell him?
Okay. That makes sense. That's better.
No.
What happened during the bath?
I don't know. She, like I said, she was just laying down, chilling. And then all of a sudden I come back. It was just like everything is just wrong. So when I got her out, I laid her down for a second. Because I don't know. I just thought she was kidding. I really thought she was kidding with me. I really did. Because she's just that type of kid. Like, she play and she, you know, she do goofy stuff like that. So I really thought she was kidding with me for a second. And that's where I messed up at. Thinking that it was a joke. Thinking that she was just playing. I didn't want that to happen. I didn't mean for that to happen. And I don't want to go to jail.
So now that the day's a little more clear, the timeline is better because you know the bath was this morning, not last night. Because he told us she didn't get bathed last night, so we already knew that. Well, what time did you put her in the tub this morning? Was it after he left?
This was a little bit after he left.
Okay.
Because I ended up getting up to lock the door. She was already up. So I was like, let me go and get ready because we were supposed to be packing to move today. And I just wanted to get certain things out the way like that. She'll be dressed and ready for the day. And it just went sour.
When you say it went sour, what do you mean?
She's not here anymore. That's what I mean. She's not here anymore. She's not. That's my fault. So what's going to happen to me now?
I don't know. We got to talk about it more.
But you know what? It's a lot more helpful now that we know the truth.
Because it makes sense. It does.
We were thinking a lot worse stuff. I mean, we weren't thinking you were a monster. We were thinking you had an accident or something happened.
It was an accident.
Absolutely. Sounds like it to me.
Did you put her in the bathtub this morning and run the water for her?
Mm-hmm. But she was already laying down when I was running the water. Like, before you even get the water in there, she was already laying down. Like,
laying on her stomach or her back?
No, she was laying on her back, just chilling, waiting on the tub to fill up. That's what I said.
But she was awake?
She was wide awake. Then just out of nowhere, she's on her stomach and her head's on her side. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So that's when you took her out of the tub?
Yeah.
And was she breathing?
I didn't know. I thought she was still playing. And she was tricking me. I really did.
She was laying on her back, just chilling, waiting for the tub to fill up.
Okay.
I thought she was tricking me this whole time. I thought she was breathing. I did. I really did.
So did you take her out of the tub? Did you drain the water?
Yes.
And then once you took her out of the tub, what did you do?
I thought she was just playing. I got her dressed and I laid her back down because I thought she was just tired. That might sound crazy, but I haven't ever lived through nothing like that before. And with the type of kid we have, I'm just thinking it's all fun and games. So I'm like, okay, Janiyah, it's not funny no more. You need to go and get up. And she's still not saying nothing to me. So I'm like going in her mouth trying to see if she needs oxygen or something. Like, I was just playing. At that point, I wasn't even taking it seriously. So I'm just like, okay, if you don't need me doing this, then let me know. And she's still not saying nothing. So I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And that's when I was like, okay, no. I had to call her dad. Like, Janiyah's not breathing. And then that's when he was like, okay, hurry up and call the hospital.
So when you had taken her out of the tub and you thought she was playing, because she was unresponsive.
Yeah.
She was limp, I'm guessing. And then did you start to give her breaths, you're saying? Yes? Okay, because you're nodding yes. And then you thought she was playing.
Yes, I still thought she was playing.
How much time went by until you called Richard? From the time you said, you were breathing in her mouth.
After I thought she was playing, because I couldn't breathe when I was trying to blow the air in her mouth. I couldn't really blow it in. It was almost like she was closing her mouth. So it was almost like I couldn't even blow the air in her mouth. So I'm just like, okay, you playing? I'm gonna just leave you alone. I covered her back up, but when I came back, she had that look on her face, and I'm just like, something's wrong. You're not changing. You're not blinking. You're not responding to me, at all. Like, at some point in time, Mommy, I'm just kidding. Something would change. And it's just like, at no point in time, I went in the room and everything. Nothing changed. And at that point, I'm just like, okay, no, something's wrong. And I waited too long.
How much time do you think went by?
I don't know.
And that's when you called Richard? And then he told you to call for help?
I didn't even stay on the phone with him for a minute.
Okay. And then you called us?
Yes.
Okay. And then, did you do CPR again with the operator?
Yes.
Okay.
You should have just said that for me to begin.
Is there anything else we need to know about? Did she slip? Did she hit her head?
That's what I was thinking. Like, I've been trying to figure that out this whole time. Because she had possibly slipped and hit her head in the tub. Like, how could I miss that?
You said she was laying down when you put her in it?
Exactly. So that idea went out the window. I don't know what happened.
Operator, this is Detective Connell.
They are just throwing out excuses for her. And right now, I cannot think of the method of interrogation that they are using on her at this point. And every time they throw her an excuse, she latches onto it and goes with the freaking narrative. What the heck do you mean? You got her dressed later down, covered up. Oh, I thought she was playing. So I walked up, came back, saw nothing changed. And I'm like, wait a minute, nothing's changed. Oh my God, let me call Richard. I was not even on the phone with Richard, not 1 minute. He said, call 911.
Same person is present. We're going to stop for now. Time is 14:07.
As you can see, within the short space of time between Shevhaun's first and second interviews, the timeline she initially gave police has been completely disrupted. And I think the important question there is why. We could spend a lot of time playing spot the difference and create a whole new timeline based on her second interview. But I think the main point of contrast is the fact that Shevhaun now is claiming Janiyah's bath happened on the early morning of September 11th, not the night before.
So for always, why does the father get less time? Because this dumb broad keeps saying that he wasn't there. This is what she keeps saying. So each time she changes her story, she still sticks to the story saying that the father was not there. I think he was there. I believe that Richard was there and left. But she's providing an alibi for Richard, saying that Richard wasn't there. But Richard, in fact, did SA this child, his child. You heard the baby say it in the beginning of this interview. And the grandmother, I get it. You upset. You reached out to Mr. Black and asked him to do, to get this story out here. But for the life of me, Janiyah told you that her father touched her. And she told her mother, but he keeps touching her at the house. She wouldn't have went with the father.
Sometime just before 911 was called, and this certainly changes the dynamic. She further claims that Janiyah wasn't responsive and acting normal after the bath, stating that she thought Janiyah was just playing around or being dramatic. Janiyah's body was in fact loose or limp when she was carried out of the tub. She was also laid over the tub, something Shevhaun didn't mention in her first interview. In fact, Shevhaun's first interview paints the picture that Janiyah was responsive, active, and totally coherent, at least in the bath and shortly after getting out of it. But the child's condition must have been bad enough to cause some concern, because Shevhaun proceeded to blow breaths into Janiyah's mouth before she called 911. Yet after this and dressing her, Shevhaun left Janiyah on the couch and went back to bed. When she finally checks on the child again, 911 is called. This is where Shevhaun adds that water was coming out of Janiyah's mouth as she performed CPR on the girl, while under the instruction of the emergency dispatcher. Now tell me, at what point in this new timeline would you have called for help? And if someone going through this experience didn't call for help, what might be their reasons? There's so much conflicting information in Shevhaun's first two interviews. There's so much obvious deception. But that big question still lies in that one single word. Why? Why lie? Well, there's still so much more to talk about. A short while after Shevhaun's second interview concludes, police decide to take Shevhaun back to the apartment and have her do a video reenactment of what happened earlier that morning prior to the 911 call. They, much like you and I, are having trouble following her summary of events.
This is Detective Conover, P number 8388. This will be one video reenactment. Today's date, or the event number, I'm sorry, is 1909-000-50332. Today's date is September 11th, 2019. The time is 17:26 hours. Also present is Detective Hernandez, P number
7567.
And also we have Shevhaun Miller, and that's Shevhaun. Miller is common spelling. And Shevhaun's date of birth is 7/4/96. The location where we are is 4855 Boulder Highway, Building N like Nora, apartment 1161, Las Vegas, Nevada 89121. We are here related to a child death. And Shevhaun, if you could, now you know this is all voluntary. You don't have to participate. Do you agree to go ahead and move forward with us to help us understand what happened today? Yes? Can you verbally say, okay, there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to hand you the doll. What I'd like to do is I'd like you to take the doll into the bathroom and show me when you gave Janiyah the bath this morning. Can you show me how she was in the tub when you started the tub water?
Wow.
So she was...
She started off.
So she was laying on her back?
Yes.
With her head towards the top of the tub, I'll call it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you turn the water on for her?
Yeah, I already got this in the tub.
Okay, so you put the plug in?
Inside. You leave over here. I took,
okay.
I took over. The water was running. I left in the room, started smoking a cigarette, came back, and she was like this.
Okay, so she was face down in the tub at this time, with her head turned to her right side?
Yes.
Okay. How full was the bathtub?
Well, you see this?
That ring right there?
Yes.
So it was a full tub.
Yeah.
Was the water still running?
I think I might have turned it off already. I don't recall that part.
Okay. Do you remember if you turned it off when you came in and saw her like that, or you turned it off prior to it being like
I
that?
don't remember that part exactly. I don't remember if I already had it off, and I don't remember that part exactly at all.
Okay. And then when you saw her like that, what did you do?
I immediately brushed her up.
Okay.
I was like, I sent her right here.
You sent her on. Did you have to hold her?
No. That's why I thought she was just fine. So when I got her out and she was just, kind of looser than normal, I'm just like, You know, still not really thinking nothing of it because, like I said, I didn't have the boat up here, so I'm thinking, you know, she's just kidding or something maybe.
Would you describe her as being limp?
Like I said, she was looser than normal, yes. But like I said, since I didn't have to hold her up here, I didn't really think too much of it right then and there. And like I said, I really didn't think much of it at all until I came back to check on her and she was just not responding.
Did you say anything to her when she was in the tub or when you got her out? Did you talk to her?
I think that's what I was telling you. I was like, Janiyah, quit playing. And then,
did she respond?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say yeah, and I'm not gonna say no, because it's like I kind of feel like I'm just throwing that at her too. Like I don't.
For her eyes open or closed?
Her eyes were open.
No, when we talked to you at the hospital, you said that you gave her some breaths. You actually breathed into her mouth.
Yeah, and I thought she was just playing. That's when I had actually got her dressed and stuff. He put her on the couch, and I thought she was just playing. So I had her on the couch, and I'm like,
where was that at? Can you show us how that went happen?
So she's already dressed and stuff like that, and she's here.
Wait, you got the way she was laying that way?
Yeah.
Not this way?
No. She don't
Hold on, you got her out and got her dressed.
Yeah.
Can you go through the process? Okay, so you got her out of the tub.
Yeah. Got her out the tub. I normally carry her out and laid her right here. Put her clothes on her.
Okay.
So at this point, like I said, I'm still thinking she's just joking around and stuff. So I'm like, okay, you need to stop playing. So I put her up here. Then I walk off because, like I said, I'm thinking like, you know, maybe I think too much of it. Come back, and I'm like, you know, and I come back and check on her. I don't recall exactly.
Look at that. You see the boxing gloves? Now, this child had a lacerated liver. They said that when she was hit, she was unalived instantly. Were those gloves used on this baby? If she saw her laying in the tub with water running, why would she not tell her to get out of the tub? No, what she's saying is that, child, this child here is getting on my damn nerve. What she's saying is she put the little girl in the tub and the little girl was just laying there chilling while waiting for the bath water waiting for the tub to fill up with water. So she wants us to believe she was laying there chilling. But then the story goes left because she says she stepped out and started smoking the cigarette and she returned. So this is where the story gets sketchy again. Did you turn the water off? I can't remember if I had turned the water off or back on. But when I came back, now you're saying that she was face down. And then now she's saying that the head was to the right. Basically, she's full of it. And she lied. That's what's going on here. She is fabricating a story to fit the narrative, but the narrative has to keep changing because she's lying, and you're trying to lie to these experienced police officers. And like he said, they're going to let the medical examiner kind of, solve this case. But I stand by what I say, and I believe that girl's father was there at some point. Now, the reason why I say that is because Mr. Black did an interview her best friend. And the best friend, said some things. And the things the best friend said, you can tell that this child was SA, because why would this 5-year-old child be trying to go down on other children? You can't make this shit up. We way past 10 minutes in, so I'm not censoring shit. You can't make this shit up. She need to be dog walked in whatever prison that she's in. And I ain't even gonna say what I'm thinking about the father, but I believe that the father was there. And the reason why I'm saying that, I had lost my train of thought a little while ago, but the reason why I'm saying that is because the best friend was trying to be there for her still after she got arrested. But what happened was the best friend found out that the father had a new girlfriend. And she told her, You know he got a new girlfriend. And her response to her was, I don't believe it. He still take care of me. He's putting money on my books. So if you thought that this woman indeed unalived your child and you had no knowledge about it, I wouldn't give a rat's you know what about how this bitch gets commissary or not. So what are we doing here? So I believe that he's still putting money on the books so that she will not give his ass up. I think he was there. You can't tell me different.
At the point of when, I kind of still jokingly was, over her like, oh, you want me to borrow some butts on you? And I'm like doing that. And I felt like she was blocking me from doing it because maybe it was like the position that she was in or something. But I felt like she was blocking me. So I'm like, oh, you don't need no breads. Like, you're playing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking she's still playing. But when I realized she still had that same look on her face, I'm just like, okay, something's wrong.
How many breaths do you think you gave her?
At that point in time, like I said, I wasn't really being too serious. So it was probably like 2 or 3, Okay. Nothing severe as it should have been.
Did she react? Did she say anything to you?
No. She just, it kind of seemed like she was just spitting out something. Like she was just.
What did you dress her in?
The clothes that she had on. The leggings with the, I don't remember exactly what was on the show, but I remember it was a t-shirt.
A t-shirt, pajama bottoms?
They weren't pajama bottoms, but they were legging pants.
Okay.
Yeah.
And underpants?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I keep forgetting because that's automatic.
Okay.
But yeah, at that point when I had her up here and I realized she wasn't responding, then I called the ambulance and they told me to move her to the floor and her. And then that's where they told me to properly position her and then perform the CPR as I gave her the breaths, and then they come in with me through the process.
Did any fluid come out of her mouth when you were giving her CPR?
Yes, that's what I was telling you before, but that was 2 different instances. Actually, that's the one missing detail because like I said, I was out here kind of playing about the puffs, and then like I said, actually before, when I'm like on the phone with you guys, like when I'm trying to call her dad, like okay, something's wrong. At that point, that's when I tried CPR myself, and that's when the fluids was coming out her mouth.
So you did chest compressions?
Yes, that was before I was instructed to do it.
So not just the breaths you gave her, you also did chest compressions?
Yes, I did. But like I said, once I realized, it was serious, I actually, cupped her nose, blew in her mouth. I mean, I probably wasn't doing it right, but liquid was coming out. So at that point, I'm really concerned. And when I walked off and came back, she was like spitting out or something. I'm not really sure what was going on, if it was her or if it was just the reaction, but it was something was like mucus was coming out.
And she was on the couch?
And she was on the couch, yeah. And when I walked off and I came back, her head was actually like this, like to the side. But she was like straight up and down at first. And then when I walked off and came back, she was like to the side, so it was like falling out the side. And I'm like, okay, no. And that's when I called CPR. They told me to get her on the floor and to do it that way.
How was her body to the touch?
Her body was warm. Her hands were cold.
And was
her hands are normally cold.
Tub water warm?
Yes, the tub water was warm. Her hands and feet are normally cold when she get out of stuff. So at first, that's what I'm saying. A lot of signs of it really made me feel like it was just her playing alone, just her normally, because if she get off the tub, she's wet. Her hands and feet are cold. She don't have socks on, and her hands and feet get cold. So like I said, her body was warm to the touch, but her hands were cold. And
was she breathing when she got out of the tub?
That I didn't really check for because I was not really sure at the moment that anything was wrong.
How was her head? Did her head bobble like she was asleep? Or
when I picked her up out the tub, that's what I'm saying. I really am paying attention. Like I said, normally I get her out, come in here, get dressed, whatever kids may be, and then I placed her on the floor. So I didn't really.
You had to dress her, right? She didn't dress herself.
Yeah, no, she didn't dress herself. I normally help her to dress her, but at that time it was me dressing her.
Because she couldn't dress herself at that time. Could
yeah,
she?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because she's unconscious.
I'm assuming so. And then what else were you gonna see?
So we have the positioning, we know the clothes, we know that you called 911.
You said you walked off. What do you mean you walked off? You said you did some breasts, and you walked off. Did you walk to the bathroom? Or did you walk to the
No, I walked in the room.
Okay.
You talking about when I was like, well, I thought she was just
Yeah.
doing. No, I walked in the room real quick because I had a cigarette.
Just over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
just right here.
Okay.
And I puffed it and I came right
You
back.
didn't step outside or?
No,
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure, she was still okay because she just looked offish. Like she seemed like she was playing because she looked like she was just staring at me. But in a sense, she just seemed off.
Okay. Now we know that you called for help a little after 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, it was 7.
Okay.
Who'd you call first?
I called her and then I called you right after, but it was at 7:45.
Because they record all the calls and I have a log of the calls.
If you have the phone, you can go through the callers and it'll show the 911 time.
Okay. And then we showed up at the hospital.
But once I realized, okay, I was upset that I even waited that long. And as you can see, that probably simply caused the situations were escalated. Because she could have probably been saved if I would have noticed that from the beginning, something was wrong. But I'm really thinking she was just playing.
Okay. So come in here and I want to show you something. So I remember I told you a lot of our investigation is scientific. A lot of the things that we do.
Yeah.
Now, when we saw Janiyah a couple hours later, after y'all had gone to the hospital, you know, we noticed a lot of bruising on her face, on her abdomen, on her arms, on her legs. She was bruised and cut up, but not a lot of cuts, but a lot of bruises. Did you notice any of that? Now, because you had put her in the bathtub, and you had taken her out of the bathtub, and you had dressed her. The bruises were very obvious to us. Did you notice that extensive bruising when she was in the tub?
As you can see, the right in the ear is nowhere near as bright as it.
This baby was bruised from here down to her ankles. They said no part of this baby's body was not covered in a bruise. She had 2 broken ribs that was already healed, and she had broken ribs at that time. This bitch said it's from her giving her CPR. I don't even know where they birthed these trifling bitches at. I don't even know. But you go sit in jail while this no good ninja running around here on you with another girl, boy, whatever it is, because we already know he plays both sides of the freaking fence. But they are going to show you. He's going to appear in the video on this day. And why is he so upset? He doesn't know anything. Oh, I forgot. She called him and told him before she called 911 and told him that something was wrong. But let's continue. Trigger warning for anybody that's here. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. This is just freaking crazy. And y'all was moving. Where is the stuff? What was you was packing in little plastic bags? They still got plastic bags in Las Vegas? You know what? This bitch.
But nonetheless, like you can see. I told you like the face and stuff. Yes, I get to see that. But as far, and then like I said, the one on the, I don't even know where that came from. I literally just saw that. But the arms and stuff like that, and I don't know about anything else other than the face and then that mark right there.
She wasn't bleeding when she came in here. She didn't have any cuts.
So you remember I did tell you that she, her mouth was red, like she was bleeding, and then she was like spitting out blood from the other day when, you know, because I give her a bath all the time.
But was she spitting out the blood from the prior day?
Huh?
Or was that this morning?
No, that was the prior.
From yes, okay. So one of the things we do is, and like I said, it's scientific, and we test for blood.
Yeah, I know.
And what I can tell you, come on over here, you see the blue here by the tub edge, and you see the blue inside the tub? That's blood residue. That's blood.
Oh, that's blood.
So what that tells us is that she was in the bathtub, and then on the bed here, and on the tub here, where you said that you leaned her over, there's blood on the floor.
No.
And there's blood in. Well, it's science.
It will be blood right here too if it drilled her. That's what I'm saying first. It did not, none of that. And you can come and retest all this if you need to. But it will be dripping off the tub if she would have been hanging over the lid. That did not happen at all.
Well, if she was over far enough, it would have either got on the towel. It was lying on the floor.
It was.
Oh, there was blood on the towel?
It was mixed in with water, and I cleaned up the mess from, you know, and it was just sitting there.
So how does the blood get in the tub?
Because the tub probably wasn't properly cleaned out.
From?
The last time she had a bathroom when the incident first happened, from when she came in and all.
So you're saying that this blood that is in the tub here was from a day before?
Yes, because I ran this water more than one time. So it's like the fact that that's still in there, that's really surprising. That means I don't do a good job there. I didn't clean it out, to be honest. Okay. As you can see, it's a ring around the tub.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's pretty dirty. I'm not
so you're saying that blood is from the altercation from the day before?
Yes, because I'm telling you, if she was over here dripping blood, first of all, she wouldn't have been sitting here like that, and this would be completely blood.
Because that looks like a lot of blood to me.
It do, but it wasn't. It was mixed with water. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, that wasn't. That looks like a lot of blood to me as well, and that's a lot of bleeding. All of that, that's a lot.
And have you cut yourself in the tub? Any bleeding from you in the tub?
I've bled. I cut my hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I've bled plenty of times. Like. You know.
So when you bathed Janiyah yesterday after the altercation, I'm sorry, she had blood in her mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, and she washed out in the tub or in the sink?
No, she washed out in the tub. I had immediate clearance.
Okay, because we have blood on the sink as well.
Well, you know, I told you I cleaned her off with some tissue as well.
So
I don't know exactly.
Is this the tissue here that you cleaned her with?
Probably not, because it would be red milk. But yeah, I don't know where this. I don't. Did you guys already get it up?
Yeah, we already did, sir.
Yeah.
So, and this is for the ID guys are gonna process it. So and we took your swab, right? They took your swab already. So we're gonna know your DNA, your blood, their blood, your boyfriend's blood. Is that pretty much gonna be her blood, or is that some of your blood, or
it could be a mixture of any?
Okay.
But that towel was been sitting there, so it's like that could have been old already. You know what I'm saying?
Like old blood?
That's what I said. That tub wasn't cleaned out right.
Okay.
Because the fact that it looks like that, it didn't look like that when I put her in it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like I would have seen the bloody tub with her in it. It didn't look like that, and I think it would have been probably, I don't know.
Okay.
That's really. I mean, you guys are doing what you have to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we're gonna analyze all that stuff, and
of course.
that's science stuff.
She's going to jail.
Again, we got the doctor tomorrow, so we'll come talk to you guys afterwards.
Please.
All right, this concludes the interview. Same person is present. The time is 17:41.
Shevhaun Miller is allowed to leave that day, and she returns to the apartment with Richard. No arrests were made on the day Janiyah died. But the following day, September 12th, she'll do one final interview on video in formal interrogation style. We'll come back to that in a moment. But Janiyah's father, Richard Davis, was also interviewed about Janiyah's death. There's no available audio or video from his interview, but I have the transcripts, which Las Vegas Metro Police charged me $600 for, and some of the information divulged in them is hair-raising, especially when combined with some of the other information I've gathered. If you recall, some of the observed damage to Janiyah's body was found on her bottom, specifically in the form of bruises, and these contusions were fresh. Because Shevhaun mentioned that Richard hits Janiyah with a belt sometimes as a form of discipline, when the detective spoke to him, they decided to go further into detail with Richard about his parenting methods, and this is where some seriously alarming information was leaked. When questioned, Richard claims the last time he used a belt on his daughter was roughly Sunday, the 8th of September. He stated that the reason was because Janiyah had a tendency to remove the diaper or clothing off the two little kids that he and Shevhaun babysit and do something he described as really strange or really bad. The transcripts are censored, so the exact details are unknown. But these two little girls were not the same two little girls that he was watching for his ex-coworker Liz. In fact, these children were the ones that Shevhaun described in her interviews as her nieces. Richard referred to them in the same manner before clarifying that they weren't actually related to him or Shevhaun, but rather belonged to a long-term friend of Shevhaun's who lived with them for a little while up until that week. This is the woman Shevhaun referred to as her sister, and her name is Dejanay Williams, or Dejanay Johnson as she's later named in court documents. According to Richard, it was Dejanay that caught Janiyah doing the really bad aforementioned stuff to her children, and she informed him about it. He claims he had to discipline Janiyah for that because it wasn't stuff she should be doing. One detective asks him, "So she took off a baby's diaper and was blank?" Again, I can only speculate about the censored information based on further context. Regardless, Richard answered yes, and then was asked, "Does she blank her own blank?" To which Richard claims he doesn't know and states that he's very hands-off when it comes to girls. He doesn't even like it if he has to go to the bathroom with Janiyah and prefers that Shevhaun handle all that. It's weird, and it makes him uncomfortable. At one point, Richard is asked, "Are you implying that at 5 she blank?" Again, censored information, so we'll have to guess what's being said based on further context. Richard answers saying that couldn't be possible at Janiyah's age. He's also asked if Janiyah ever mentioned being sexually assaulted to him. He said no, but she always seemed like she wanted to tell him something. Janiyah also had trouble sleeping at night and would frequently wake up in what Richard described as a real deep sweat, not like a normal sweat. He did mention, however, that he knew she went through some stuff with her biological mother when she was younger, but that stuff was never elaborated on. As far as I know, and from what I can gather, there aren't any allegations of sexual misconduct at the hands of Janiyah's birth mom. Regardless, Janiyah was beaten by Richard with a belt for what she did to Dejanay's youngest child. By his own admission, she was struck 20 times on her bare bottom. When asked if he was upset, Richard said extremely, because what Janiyah had done, in his words, was very, very bad. He even recalled seeing visible damage begin to form on her bottom while in the process of beating her. So much so that it caused him to stop and realize it was a little too much before making her go and stand in the corner for 30 minutes. He was also asked if he may have missed her buttocks with the belt and hit her legs, and he said possibly. Now, cops described bruising to one of her legs as so severe that it went down to the bone. It literally affected all of her leg tissue. If the bruising on her leg was caused by this spank...
Child. No, she's not for always. Not at all. No. And I think last time I heard, I want to say that Dejanay is incarcerated from the Shanquilla Robinson case. I want to say that she's incarcerated. Yeah, I want to say that she's incarcerated, and I believe that they sent her back to Mexico. Like, yeah, I remember that they finally said they were supposed to have had arrested her. But this shit right here, I just want to know, like, okay, like, He's telling you, and you guys are saying that she was bruised in these areas. I don't understand why he only got a slap on the wrist. You got to be freaking kidding me.
Thinking before she was made stand in a corner for 30 minutes, I can only imagine how much pain and fear this little girl was going through. And Richard claims he didn't use a belt on her often, but the belt that he used had no clasp or buckle. This was clearly a belt that was kept for one purpose, and that purpose was attacking someone. It was used to harm someone who seemed to be already dealing with the most horrible trauma imaginable. Trauma a 5-year-old girl should never have to face. If you ask me, this child needed help long before she was murdered. And in my opinion, she was crying out for that help. Cries that it seems to me were met with a belt. So regardless of who you think killed Janiyah by the end of this, I want you to remember what her father definitely did. Remember what he did instead of actually going and getting her help. He should have got her professional help, but instead, he tried to beat it out of her. That's a fact. How else can you describe the details that you just heard? But it might be important at this point to clarify just how Janiyah ended up in the custody of Richard Davis. About a year prior to Janiyah's death, Janiyah's mother called social services on herself in Arapahoe County, Colorado, and basically admitted to being unfit to or unwilling to raise Janiyah. The child ended up in foster care at this time for a short while before Richard was contacted and informed. My understanding is that Richard flew out to Arapahoe County and visited Janiyah there while in the custody of the system. But this is where things get dark. According to sources close to the family, Janiyah claimed that her father had been touching her inappropriately during this visit. She told this to multiple people in Colorado, but nothing was done about the allegations. Social services were apparently set to step in again, but instead Richard offered to take Janiyah back to Las Vegas and assume full custody of her. Janiyah's mother agreed to the decision, and that's how the child ended up with her father. And if you think about it, this actually lines up with what Janiyah said while sitting on her grandmother's lap in the clip I showed earlier. At the time, Tirza was under the impression that Janiyah was saying, "If my daddy's mean to me or if he touches me." But based on what we know now about the allegations in Colorado, I believe she was trying to say something else. Let's watch that clip again with this new context.
You gonna have fun with your daddy?
Yeah.
That's good. You can call Grammy anytime, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna give your daddy my phone number. Because I love you.
I'm going to talk to my mommy, and then I'm talking to my mommy when he's being mean to me.
Okay. That ought to be interesting.
That's why mommy told me I can't, don't my dad touch me. And then he's still touching me.
Well, hopefully you
at the house.
We won't be doing all of that, okay? And you just have a great time with your daddy, okay?
Okay.
You tell me in the comments what you think Janiyah meant in that clip. We should also remember that a sperm sample was found on Janiyah's body, a sperm fraction was found inside her body.
He meant exactly what the freak she said. She meant exactly what the hell she said. It's just crazy.
And there were micro tears to her private area. At this point in the investigation, those samples are still being tested. We'll be coming back to all this. This is far from over, and there's more that will tie in later. The day after Janiyah's death, Shevhaun is picked up by police, taken to the station, arrested for the murder of Janiyah, and formally interrogated on video. The first thing to note before this plays is that when Shevhaun is picked up, she has visible signs of injury on her body that were not there the day before. Not only were there marks on her wrists indicating potential self-harm, but she had what looked like 2 ligature marks around her neck as if something had been wrapped around it twice. Now remember, Shevhaun went home to Richard that previous night, yet it doesn't appear as though a call to emergency services on Shevhaun's behalf ever occurred. So put yourself in Richard Davis's shoes. Your 5-year-old daughter's suspicious death occurred mere hours ago. The only person with her at the time of her death was your girlfriend, and her story has changed over and over. Then later that night, while at home with you, your girlfriend attempts to harm herself. What is the first thing you would do? Would you call someone immediately, or would you do nothing other than simply wait for the authorities to pick up your girlfriend the following day? I can hazard a guess as to what most completely innocent people would do. Regardless, this is Shevhaun's final statement.
Oh, she's about to ramp up. She about to get real nasty. Child, we don't care. We do not care. Bang away. You're not trying hard enough. Hard. Don't nobody.
Now, you remember yesterday I told you this was going to be kind of a scientific investigation. You know, we're detectives, and we've done this for a long time, and we know things when we see things. We're smart guys. We are. And I told you that the doctor is going to tell us what happened to this little girl. He's going to tell us what happened to this little girl. And Detective Fernandez was at the autopsy today. And I'm going to tell you right now, the injuries to that little girl are so severe, you got to explain it to me.
Can you explain to me what her injuries were, please? Because I really don't know.
I can't explain the injuries.
Please.
She has bruising both thighs, to the sides of both face. Her mouth is cut open. She has bruising on the tops of her arms, on the back of her arms, both arms. She has bruising on the tops of her legs, on the bottom of her legs. She has bruising to her abdomen. She has bruises that are so deep that it goes to the bone. What? When you and I walk into a door and we get a little bruise up here, we get a little bit of a burst blood vessel up here, and that's what causes a bruise. Her bruising is so deep that the blood goes all the way to her bone.
Wow.
That baby was beat to death. No doubt about it. 100%. It's not a question.
She was alive.
We know that's what happened.
She was alive, but she got in touch.
Yeah, I believe you. I want her to probably was alive. But she didn't get to that bathtub on her own, and she didn't make it out of that bathtub. Oh, she walked to the tub?
Yes,
okay.
She walked to the tub.
What happened on the way to the tub?
Nothing.
So?
She was in the tub the whole time.
Minutes. The injury she sustained to her abdomen, minutes.
Minutes?
Minutes.
What do you mean minutes?
She had minutes to live.
What do you mean?
I don't know how else to explain it. She had an injury that would have killed her within minutes.
I'm confused right now.
There's nothing to confuse. She had an injury that was sustained that would have killed her within minutes.
No.
She didn't live longer than
She was
a few
in the
minutes.
tub. No.
I'm telling you right now, this is what shows
She
you.
was up in the tub. And I said she got in the tub, she was laying down.
So
when I seen her laying down, I was just like,
then
my
what
God.
happened in the tub?
What can possibly, I don't know. I walked off and came back and seen her like that. And like I said, the only thing that I knew of that I did was lay her over the tub. That's the most that had happened.
Shevhaun.
What?
Shevhaun, look at me. Look at me for a second. Hey.
Is this a joke?
This ain't a joke.
Are you serious right now?
That is not a joke. That is worse than a gunshot wound.
What is that?
Can you tell? It's a liver. That is not a joke. Minutes.
Shevhaun,
I'm not lying to you. We are not lying.
you gotta tell me what happened.
I'm not making this up.
I know you're not making it up, but you're not telling us what happened.
I'm literally telling you what I know.
You were the only one in the apartment with her.
I'll be back.
I'm really confused right now.
What you confused?
I don't even understand that. Like I said, even when I see the bruise on her, I don't even know where that came.
This girl, when I tell you this bitch getting on my damn nerve, she's getting on my damn nerve. But it's about to ramp up, y'all. She's getting ready to be going toe to toe with them because of the evidence that they clearly have. But what she should have also did was, I wouldn't be going to jail by myself. I know this little girl's father has something to do with this, and you cannot tell me different. On top of essaying his own freaking daughter, he already admitted to hitting her over 20 times with a belt because she was taking a diaper off of another child and was trying to go down on them. Where did she get that from? That's learned behavior.
Came from. Or I would have told you, oh yeah, that's where, no, I don't know where that came from.
That's why he left.
What?
I do.
Where did it come from?
It came from you.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It did not. I'm telling you it didn't.
You don't. It's okay.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna, no, this is not okay.
You going to jail?
And we know.
No, I didn't.
And we know it.
What did I do?
But you have to explain to me why.
What did I do? If you know that I did that.
What did she do that was so bad?
What did I do if you know I did that to her? How did I possibly do that?
You beat her to death.
No,
you did.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I did not.
Those injuries that we saw, that type of injury comes from car crashes, from airplane crashes, and for people to fall from extreme heights off of the top of buildings.
No.
This isn't an accident.
No, she was alive when she got in the tub.
You may be in denial.
This was not intentional. She was very well and alive.
By yourself.
Shevhaun.
I don't know what could have possibly happened. I did not beat her to death. I did not. I really didn't.
Well, there's only 2 people in that apartment.
I didn't. I don't know how that possibly happened.
And Richard's one. That's it. And by the look of your neck and by the look of your wrists, that's somebody who feels guilty.
that I did not do
Why else
enough.
would you try and hurt yourself?
I didn't do enough. I thought she was playing.
I think you did enough.
I didn't help her when she should have been helped.
That's right, because that's your job to protect her.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you lost your cool, if she did something
What?
to upset you.
Oh my gosh.
But this is the time to explain it. Because
I cannot explain it.
Because the medical evidence is what it is.
Can I see the rest of the medical evidence, please?
No, well, there'll be plenty of time for that.
No, it's not plenty of time for that. No, I need to know. I need to know what else you guys, because this is really mind-blowing right now.
Her internal injuries were so beat up that she fled to death.
No.
Yes.
She had no plan to tell him had blood coming out of her.
Inside her belly.
You just said
Inside her belly.
You just said you
No.
did.
No.
They took so much blood out of her belly. I have never seen that much blood.
This has to be a joke.
It's not.
You just
I
said
trust you. Listen, this is far from a joke. But once you tell
Are
the
you
truth, you'll
serious?
feel better. I promise you'll feel better.
I cannot feel better about something I didn't do.
You did it.
No, I didn't.
Shevhaun, stop.
I'm telling you, I did not.
The time for this,
No.
this is over.
No.
It is.
No.
You told me that Richard was gone. You told me he was gone, that he checked out. He was at the clinic. We know that the injury to her liver was so severe that she died within minutes of the injury. He wasn't in his apartment.
She was alive. She was alive. There was no reason she could have possibly died from an injury like that when she was alive the whole time in the tub until I walked off.
Tell me what happened.
I walked off from her. That was it. Yes.
The time for sticking to this story is over. You can't fight evidence. We have medical evidence that shows how she died. This isn't a game. This isn't a joke. I'm not trying.
She had water coming out of her.
I agree. She did have water coming out of her. That's not what killed her. What? She bled to death.
No, she didn't. I'm telling you, no. Janiyah was alive in the tub.
Tell me what happened.
No.
Please.
I didn't do anything.
Please explain to me why this beautiful little girl that just turned 5, she should be running around with pigtails in her hair. She should be swimming and playing with her friends. But unfortunately,
We were just doing all that stuff.
she can't do that anymore.
We were just doing all of that stuff with her. That doesn't add up.
She should be doing it.
I really don't know where that. No, I don't know where that came from. I do not know.
This is the time to tell me.
I'm telling you, I don't know.
You have to tell me the truth.
I'm telling you.
Please don't let this little girl's death go unjustified.
I'm telling
Please
you.
don't do that to her.
I'm telling you.
She doesn't deserve it. She's an innocent.
There is
beautiful
no
little
way.
girl.
I'm telling you, there is no way
Help me.
that she could have possibly. I told you, the most that I know of that hurt her, she got into a scuffle. I didn't even realize she had that bruise on her stomach until.
If she say one more time that this little girl got into a scuffle with some kids outside, I'm going to lose my everlasting mind. Bitch, who do you think believes that? Not only, for always, you are absolutely right. Like, not only did he leave her, but she said at one point, right, that they shared a phone, they shared everything. So when he left the phone with her just in case of emergency. But my question is, if he left the phone with you on that day, how did you call? Oh, she called the plasma center where he was giving blood for money and spoke to him on that phone. They did say that. I still believe that this baby was already gone before he left to give any blood, sell his blood, whatever. And they're going to show him. So let's get into it after this. Biatch comes and stops with the acting like she is in denial. This man showed you what her liver looked like. And you talking about what is that? They explained to you, you need to see more of the medical evidence. And you're right, he left because he didn't want to hear this bullshit she talking about. They got the evidence, they got the proof. But the father all but admitted to this nonsense. He admitted to it. Why they slapped him on the hand is beyond me. And this bitch, with her stupid ass, whatever she gets, she gets. Because you let that man walk free. Ain't no way in the hell I'm going to jail for somebody else. If we did this together, we going together. The hell out of here. And he out here getting it on with somebody else.
That day.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Listen, look at me. Look at me. Hey. Shevhaun, look at me. The injury to her liver. She bled to death. In about 3 minutes. It didn't happen at a scuffle out in the yard. It didn't happen from bumping her head on another kid's head.
There's no reason she could have possibly gotten an injury like that.
I know. There's only
nothing.
one way it happened.
What?
There's no way. I'm telling you, there's no way she could have possibly gotten an injury like that. She was very well and alive and sitting up when I left the bathroom.
I see those injuries all the time.
No.
No, I do.
Now she said she was sick. No.
I see children with lacerated livers.
No.
All the time.
No.
I see children with lacerated small intestines. I see children with lacerated large intestines. I see children with lacerated hearts, with broken ribs, with their heads smashed.
No.
I see all that.
That wasn't her.
And it only happens from one thing.
That was not her.
Because someone close to them.
That
someone
wasn't her.
who loves them.
No, I'm telling you.
And I believe
that didn't happen like that.
Girl.
But it did not.
I do believe that you loved her. But I believe something happened that upset you.
No.
And I want to.
No.
And if it was an accident, you need to tell me that it was an accident.
No, it wasn't an accident. I don't know how that happened.
I do. She was beat to death.
You can't say it was by me.
You were the only one there.
I don't care who was there. It wasn't me.
Are you going to tell me that some ghost came in and did this?
Yeah, it wasn't her.
When there are only 2 people in a room and one person ends up dead, that's it. You already told me this. What do I say?
I'm really trying to figure out like what is really going on right now.
I'm telling you what's going on. Text Congress telling you what's going on.
This is
We're not
crazy.
lying to you.
I feel like somebody's lying to me.
So you can think that, but you know the truth. You know.
The truth is she was in the tub. Alive.
I'm not down there.
Walked there herself.
I believe that. Something else happened though.
I don't know what.
You do.
No, I don't.
Shit, man, you do.
I'm
It's
telling
going to
you.
be the hardest thing for you ever to admit.
Oh no.
It is.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to admit something that I didn't do. That's what I'm not going to do. There is no way. There's no way.
Then explain it to me.
Can you explain it to me?
No, I have explained it to you a couple of times.
I'm still in disbelief. I still cannot believe this. This is a joke.
Who killed that child?
I don't. No. What?
Who killed that child?
Nobody. Like nobody should have possibly killed her.
You think that she just woke up dead?
I thought it was the tub.
You thought the tub beat her to death?
What?
When let me tell you something. Do you know what a liver is supposed to look like?
No.
Let me show you. Let me show you real quick. This is what a liver is supposed to look like. Smooth, shiny. That's the way our organs.
Could that have possibly happened when I did CPR on her? Because I was pushing her whole body.
These lacerations. I told you, we see this in airplane crash victims. We see this in people that have been killed in car accidents.
No.
We see this in people that fall from great heights.
No.
Yes. This is what it should look like. This is what it looks like after somebody has punched or stomped on somebody's abdomen so hard that it ruptures their insides.
No.
Yes.
Nobody does anything like that.
Absolutely. People do it all the time.
No.
People do it all the time.
No.
This isn't a trick. This is real. This is Janiyah's. This is her liver. I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. You were the only one with her. That's it.
Nothing
Why didn't you
happened to her in that tub.
Why didn't you protect her?
Where did it happen?
Nowhere. She was fine.
She went fine.
No.
Well,
She wasn't. But you gotta help me understand, because you seem like a nice lady. I gotta know how you were capable of doing that.
whoa, no. I'm not. At all.
We see
You said you seem like a nice
I'm not
lady.
capable of doing that.
You know, we see good people. We see people that love.
I genuinely thought it was the water. The whole, like, when I gave her CPR, it was water coming out of her. I don't understand right now. I don't understand. I thought it was the
I know. Listen, I know you're not a monster.
She absolutely
But
is.
sometimes people are weak, and sometimes we do things that we regret.
Whoa.
Sometimes we make decisions that we can't take back. We do something. There's an action that we can't take back once we've done it.
That time got to be.
And this is what happened.
Someone's had to lick it.
I can't see you get.
There had to be a mix-up.
How did you get so mad at her? What did she do?
What?
What did she do to make you that mad?
No, that's not gonna work. Because I didn't do that.
No, you did.
No, I
There's
didn't.
no doubt about it.
It's a doubt.
No.
I didn't do that.
You were the only one in the
It's a
apartment.
doubt.
Richard wasn't there. Her death occurred within 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not saying this. A doctor is saying this. A super smart person.
There's no way.
Who was a lot more
Her
educated
death
than me.
could have possibly occurred within 2 to 3 minutes. No, she was up. She was up. She was doing fine.
Is this why you tried to kill yourself last night? Is this why? I mean, because I can't imagine the guilt. I can't imagine how guilty you must feel that baby died while you were taking care of her. Now, from the looks of your wrists and the look of your neck, I'm going to say you either tried to cut yourself, but just weren't able to do it deep enough. Because cutting yourself is tough. I'm going to guess that you tried to hang yourself at one point, or at least strangle yourself, so that you lost consciousness.
Her dad.
They said something about the uncle. Now,
She's feeling probably the same exact way.
So when they interviewed the best friend says something about Richard's uncle going there on this night and not coming back out. They saw him go in, but they didn't see him come back out. And if you just came on before at this point, the father of this child's family is into each other. So allegedly, the father's uncle is also his father. This is what the best friend is saying. And supposedly it just runs deep in the family. And this little girl said that this boy was touching on her. CPS, once again, you fell yet another child.
It's not worse than me.
He don't have a mark.
The only difference.
He don't have a mark on his body. I just talked to him.
I know.
Talking to him the whole time.
I know.
He's in there crying, breaking down. I don't know what to do with him. He's so upset. He's beside himself.
Yeah, but y'all let that.
Now I talk to you. Not a tear in your eye. You've got cuts on your wrists. You've got contusions around your neck.
I'm in disbelief.
You can believe it because you tried to hurt yourself. Because you're feeling so bad about what you did that you tried to take your own life.
No, I feel bad because she was regular and I thought she was fine.
Are you right now thinking in your head, if I just keep denying this?
No, I'm not thinking that at all.
Because there's so much evidence. So much.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, what other evidence?
How much evidence do you need?
I'm really trying to figure out what is really going on.
Have you ever built a puzzle?
Who haven't?
Right. You ever, missing a couple pieces? You're like, oh, shoot, I'm missing a couple pieces. But you can still figure out what the picture is, right? That's where we're at. I might be missing a few pieces of the puzzle. I might be missing how it happened, why it happened, where in the apartment. I might be missing some pieces, but I got the picture. I got the picture. The picture's there.
This has to be wrong.
Well, this is not helping you.
There's nothing wrong about it. Now, if you were hitting her and you went too far, you had, maybe you didn't realize how hard you were hitting her, maybe you fell on top of her and didn't realize how hard you did that, that's understandable. But if you woke up that morning going, I'm going to beat the crap out of this little kid, that's a different person.
No.
That's what we need to figure out who we're talking to. Because I don't know who we're talking to right now.
Exactly.
There's no amount of denial that's going to get those cuffs off today.
It's not about, I'm really trying to think right now. What could have possibly happened?
Story is not.
I really am.
You're the only one that knows. You're the only one that knows. There's only two people that knew.
This is crazy.
Why are you going to two people in the apartment? Shevhaun, lie. Tell us what happened.
Don't let this little girl's death go without an explanation. She deserves it.
I didn't.
This little girl deserves the truth to be told. You owe it to her.
No, I didn't do it.
She called you mommy. She thought of you as her mother.
Go on and put in the turtle suit.
If I would have told that something like that was wrong with her, she would have been a time foot away from me. It doesn't matter what could have possibly happened. It doesn't matter what could be possibly going on. As long as she's okay, that's the only thing that matters. So if I would have known that something like that severe...
How would you have known?
Exactly. How would I have known?
I don't know. I didn't say you knew that her liver was lacerated.
So if I would have known something like that was going on, she would have been in the hospital.
But something happened.
Way sooner.
Something happened that caused those injuries. What do you mean way sooner? What are you talking about way sooner?
What are you talking about way sooner?
You pulled her out, you dressed her, you put her on the couch, and you didn't call her.
Exactly.
You called her.
That's why I said something would have been done way sooner.
When she was dead.
I didn't know.
You didn't know? How do you know?
How do I know?
You know how I know? Because when you're on the 911 tape going, I don't know if she's breathing. I heard it.
Yes, that's what I didn't know if she was breathing or not.
I don't know.
That's not how I wanted it at all.
I have the tapes. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
We have all of it.
Yes, I know you have the tapes. I'm not confused at all about that, but I'm really confused about this. I really am.
You seem very confused.
I am.
Then why are you saying you're not confused?
I'm not confused that you have the tapes. I'm not confused that you didn't hear what was going on, but the fact that you're trying to say that I was careless on the phone said, I don't know. No, that's not right.
Are you confused about the medical evidence that we have?
Yes, I'm confused about all of this. The fact that you guys are saying it was bruises to her bones?
To the bone.
That's insane. That's insane.
There's nothing insane about this.
I don't even know.
There's nothing insane about this. You want to know what this is? This is her leg. This is the inside of her leg, and that is blood that's not supposed to be there. You want to see her arms? This is blood that's not supposed to be on her arms. Do you understand? That is blood that is not supposed to be there. Her legs are supposed to be almost milky pink. These are bruises. These are legit 100% bruises caused by an adult with a whole lot of force.
This is insane.
This is what's pissing me off though. She deserves to go wherever the fuck she's at. She does. But the father also deserves to be in jail right next to her because the father is the one that said and admitted that he beat that baby with a belt. He hit her about 20 times. So I'm not understanding because he in there crying a little, dropping a little bit of crocodile tears about why they let him off so easily. He should have got just as much time, if not more, than this trifling and oh my gosh.
I already showed you what I need to show you. I ain't got nothing else for you.
I don't blame him. I
thought she would have got up at some point in time. Like, mommy, I'm just kidding.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
That's how I'm just with these. I was about the situation.
Shut up. That's what it is. Y'all used to beating on this girl and she bounced back. "5 years old.
She was fine when she got the tub. She was fine.
Girl, you can say that to yourself over and over and over again. It does not change the fact this baby is gone.
You know what? You're probably right. She probably was okay when she got in the tub.
And I hate to say this, but I'm glad.
But that's what happened after.
A matter of minutes. Because
she wasn't in the tub that long. Nothing happened after.
Could
you imagine the pain and the agony this baby went through?
Didn't kill this baby.
So she didn't die from drowning?
From drowning? No, bitch, you drowned because you beat her to death.
So why wasn't water coming out of her?
Because it's natural. I mean, why she was in the water. So water got inside her.
No. She was breathing. I seen her. That's what I told you guys. She was breathing in the water. That's why I told her to sit up. She sat up. And then I left and came back and she was laying back down. She was not in a situation to be, no. I'm still like, damn, is she gonna come back? Is this really a fucking game right now? Is there any way possible she's just gonna get up and you guys are gonna tell us to come get her?
Girl, if you don't stop with all that.
No, she was breathing in that water. I'm telling you, she was alive. Nothing happened to her in the tub. She was breathing in the water. And I'm telling you that for sure. Because I had to tell her to sit up and stop doing that. And she did. She was fine.
So did she get the whooping before you put her in the tub?
What? She didn't get a whooping.
Or was it after?
She didn't get a whooping that morning. At all. She didn't get a whooping.
Shevhaun, we've explained to you what happened.
Why do you think she got a whooping that day?
Well, if you said she was alive when you put her in the tub,
Very well.
the injury could have happened prior to you putting her in the bathtub. And then she expired while she was in the tub.
No, I'm telling you, she was up. She was up.
Well, I'm saying she could have maybe walked to the tub with that type of injury. I doubt it. You would have probably had to carry her.
No, she walked to the tub.
See, the thing that unfortunately that we're faced with, that we have to deal with, because this isn't going away. It's not. This is real. This is as serious as it gets. It doesn't get any more serious than this. We have a 5-year-old little girl that loved her daddy and loved her mama. And when I say love her mama, I'm talking about you. That little girl woke up Wednesday morning. It's like it was another day. And then sometime between the time she woke up and 8 o'clock in the morning, she died. And children just don't die. There were only 2 people inside that apartment. You and her.
Richard got all too deep.
You're smart enough to understand what I'm talking about. You're intelligent enough to understand what I've explained to you.
I don't.
It might be hard.
She was breathing in the water. I don't.
I'm sure that it's hard to deal with.
I don't. I can't understand that. I don't want to believe that this.
I know you don't.
This can't be. No.
I know you don't want to believe it. I wouldn't want to believe it either. I wouldn't want to believe that I would be capable of doing something like that to a child.
I didn't. I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I didn't. I didn't.
And you probably think that if you continue to deny,
No, I don't think
it's
that.
going to make a difference. But it's not.
Yeah, you guys already have your mindset that it was just me.
You told me it was just you. Richard told
I didn't do that though.
Both of you told me that he left.
Look,
he was gone.
You already say Richard was there. She
You both said
stopped in her tracks.
You said that you were alone in the apartment with her.
No.
She was fine though.
She wasn't.
She was.
No.
She was fine. She was.
She almost slipped and said, no, Richard was there.
Then why'd you try to hurt yourself?
Why'd you try to kill yourself?
Why would you try and kill yourself? If it wasn't your fault. What?
Because I was there with her.
So?
I thought she was sleeping.
You didn't think she'd sleep.
I genuinely thought she was
You're
sleeping.
smart enough to know when somebody's sleeping.
No, she played right. She's a playful kid.
You don't
It's
know
not
the
about
difference
that.
when someone is dead.
No, apparently not.
Of course.
I haven't ever been in that type of situation before, so no, I wouldn't know the difference. Like I said, she was still warm. I didn't even realize she was warm.
Shevhaun, I know you don't think I'm on your side, but I'm the only voice you have right now. This is it. You got me. I'm the only one that's willing to tell your story.
She was alive. She was fine.
So what you want me to believe is that this poor child got the beating that ended her life. She was beat to death. The beating that ended her life. Nobody knows how it happened. It just happened. It happened while she was in the tub and you were out having a cigarette. Because 1 minute she's fine and the next minute she's dead.
She was alive in the tub when she got it. She was alive.
And she could have been.
She was.
But either what? So then what happened before.
Yeah.
It doesn't change anything.
You don't sleep.
It really doesn't. It doesn't matter if she was in the tub. It doesn't matter if she was in a car. It doesn't matter if she was laying on the couch. It doesn't matter where she was.
It doesn't matter because she wasn't in that tub. She wouldn't have died. If I would have walked off, she would be still here.
No, she wouldn't.
She would. She would.
Shevhaun.
She would still be here if I didn't walk off from her. If I didn't think that.
She had already bled to death.
No.
Yeah.
No.
She did. No, she didn't. It's not a mystery. We know what killed her.
She didn't.
She did.
She didn't.
I don't. Listen, you can say she didn't as much as you want. You can say it till you're blue in the face. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't. I'm sorry. And if that's what makes you feel better, then you can.
And she died. How could she have possibly been breathing in the water? How could she be possibly doing that if she had died?
I told you. We told you it takes 2 to 3 minutes for something like that to happen.
She was in the tub longer than 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. So you probably, if what happened, which I'm assuming for whatever reason you got upset, and you put that whooping on her.
No.
And then you put her in the tub trying to clean her up because she would have been bloody.
Bloody? What?
From her mouth. Because she's got injuries in her mouth. She would have got a bloody nose.
What?
So you put her in the tub to clean her up.
No, that's completely made up.
Because we see it all the time.
But I didn't ever agree to or say that happened.
The first time that I've seen
I didn't at no point in time agree to saying that happened. I didn't say that happened.
The first time that I've seen a baby with a lacerated liver, that baby died because of that. This ain't the first time. I see this all the time.
She was breathing in that water.
But then you whooped her before you put her in the tub.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You did.
No.
Now, I don't know if you used your feet, or if you used your hands, or how you did it, or if you struck her with an object that was inside the apartment to cause that type of an injury.
No.
But there is no doubt in anyone's mind that that child died from a beating. And like my partner said...
Are you sure?
Absolutely. 100%. Because you yourself
She
said
was breathing
she
in
hadn't
the
been
water.
in any accident. She hadn't been hurt. She didn't have no bruises the night before when you put her to bed. You all said when we put her to bed, she was just fine.
Nobody did never say that. I told you she got into a scuffle outside.
Oh, sure. Okay. Not that kind of scuffle.
She got into a scuffle outside.
Then she would have been dead that day. She'd have been dead that afternoon.
Yeah,
Are you telling me that you had a dead baby in your house all day and you never called the police?
She died.
No, she died in the morning. After Richard left.
No.
Yep.
No, she didn't.
Yep.
And yeah, she did.
I know she did.
She drowned.
No, she did. She was beat to death.
You just said that, oh, y'all put her to bed, nothing was ever wrong with it. Like, I
told me
didn't.
that.
No, I didn't. I told you she had a scuffle, and that's how she got beat up like that. I told you that from the beginning.
That didn't cause that. You said she came in with a little black eye. She had dinner, had a sandwich, y'all watched TV, you put her down on the bed. Okay. You said the scuffle was around 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Y'all had dinner and good night and put her in bed. You got her up for a bath the next day and put her in the bathtub. You said she walked to the tub.
So if I possibly did that, she would not have been up in the tub for more than 10 minutes.
Well,
if you guys are saying that was a 2-minute type of situation, no, she was up.
I mean, this is
very alive.
This is just what you're telling me. I mean, I don't know the timeline. I have to go off what you say. I know she was in the tub because her hair was wet. We know she was in the tub because there was blood in the tub. We know she was in the bathroom because there was blood on the floor.
That was old.
No doubt in my mind that you put her in the tub. I agree.
That was part of
100%.
it. If I go bring the water in the tub right now, that blue stuff is going to fill up the whole tub. And if I let it out and don't wash the tub out, it's going to fill up again.
But that's not in question. You put her in the tub. You said you put her. I believe you. I believe you did put her in the tub. I do.
They said she didn't. And
I do.
So are you guys trying to arrest me for murder?
You are going to be charged with murder.
Are you serious?
Yes, very serious.
Yeah, you all.
I did not do that.
Shevhaun was charged with 1 count of murder and 6 counts of child abuse, including neglect or endangerment resulting in substantial bodily harm. But Richard Davis was allowed to go home and plan a funeral for his daughter. Janiyah's birth mother never attended Janiyah's funeral. Police were also unable to obtain an interview from her. About a year later, lab results for the DNA found underneath Janiyah's fingernails confirmed that DNA belonged to her father, Richard Davis. Due to the sperm fraction found inside Janiyah, he was arrested on August 17th of 2020 and charged with 1 count of murder, 6 counts of child abuse, neglect or endangerment resulting in substantial bodily harm, 1 count of SA with a minor under the age of 14, and 1 count of lewdness with a child under the age of 14. At first, the trial was going to proceed with the objective being to try the couple together, but a conflict of interest was determined and the courts decided to try the pair separately, with Shevhaun Miller's trial being dealt with first. She never testified in her own defense, but there were some key points brought up during her trial that certainly need to be addressed. So let's start with the DNA found on the child. The sample taken under Janiyah's fingernail definitely, beyond the shadow of a doubt, belonged to Richard Davis. There was no question about that. There was, however, contention during the trial as to whether or not the DNA found inside Janiyah actually belonged to Richard or was even a match for Richard. But the prosecution showed a photo and claimed that the swabs used to conduct the test took the samples from a position far enough inside the body that a towel simply wouldn't reach. What we do know is that the tiny fraction that was found inside Janiyah's body was confirmed to have 2 DNA donors. One was likely Janiyah, and the other was definitely a male, but the sample was just too small to determine exactly who the male donor was, so the test results on that could neither confirm or exclude Janiyah's father. Richard's arrest stemmed from the fact that there were no other males present around Janiyah for days leading up to her murder. But then about 8 days before Shevhaun's trial, Richard's SA charge was mysteriously dropped. There were also major disputes about Janiyah's time of death. While Janiyah definitely died in the apartment, her official death was recorded at the hospital as 8:25 a.m. Her body temperature, taken slightly before that, was 87 degrees Fahrenheit, which is significantly lower than normal. Because of this, her estimated time of death was initially believed to have been roughly 2 hours before first responders arrived. And if that was the case, then yes, Shevhaun was the only one that could have murdered Janiyah because she was the only one with her at the time. But later, Dr. Cornell estimated that Janiyah may have actually passed 3 to 4 hours before she was pronounced dead, which means she very well could have died as early as 3:30 a.m. And that changes everything. I wonder if the bath and the heater were simply ways to keep the body warm long enough for a monster to get offside. And while we can only speculate, thanks to the trial, we now know that could indeed be a possibility. According to the defense, neither the bat nor the belt found in the apartment, as well as other items and evidence, were ever tested, which is kind of odd, especially considering that neither Shevhaun nor Richard had any damage to their hands. And what about those boxing glove type things seen on the floor in the evidence photos? They'd certainly be a good way to protect one's hands while attacking someone else, but as it stands, they don't seem to have been tested. Another alarming thing the defense brought up was Exhibit 301, which was a video that showed Richard Davis at the Telcris Plasma Donation Center. The claim was that Richard looked visibly distraught roughly an hour and a half before he should have known anything had happened to his daughter. He was described as slouched in his chair, head down, shaking his head. He was also noted by a Telcris worker to not really have reacted much to the news about his daughter. It's impossible for me to watch these clips and not think there's something off about Richard. His demeanor is certainly alarming, but is that due to the context of this video, or the lack of context in understanding Richard's baseline behaviors? There's no doubt in my mind that Richard Davis knew something and had something to do with this. And personally, I find his presence in these clips highly unsettling. There's no denying that Richard, by observation only, could be considered strange in his mannerisms, but strange is not evidence that he murdered Janiyah. Another big thing that was brought up briefly during Shevhaun's trial was Daejhanae Williams, the friend Shevhaun referred to as her sister, the one with the kids that Janiyah allegedly touched inappropriately. The prosecution had tried relentlessly to get Daejhanae to respond to subpoenas, but they simply couldn't locate her. They had her name down as Daejhanae Johnson, spelled like this, so who knows, maybe that had something to do with it. But suddenly on the last day of Shevhaun's trial, the prosecutor was somehow able to locate Daejhanae and talk her into testifying that morning. In the 3 years leading up to the trial, no one had ever interviewed this witness about the murder. According to the prosecution, Daejhanae said she had babysat Janiyah in the apartment on the Saturday before her death and hadn't noticed any injuries on the child. But she did state that she found Richard weird and that he made her uncomfortable. But at the time, she needed a place to stay, so, in her words, beggars can't be choosers. Daejhanae also allegedly told the prosecution that on multiple occasions, Richard Davis would turn the TV up and discipline Janiyah in the other room. Daejhanae described how she could still hear Janiyah screaming over the noise, but she wasn't exactly sure what Richard was doing to her. However, she went on to note that Shevhaun had recently told her she wanted out of the relationship, and she was tired of watching Richard's child and being responsible for her. The prosecution alleged that Daejhanae heard Shevhaun say she would kill Janiyah. Not only that, but there was evidence submitted before a grand jury in the form of an anonymous Crime Stopper tip that also claimed someone was going to kill Janiyah. There's no proof, but the prosecution seemed to think that person was Daejhanae. The prosecution also mentioned several jail phone calls between Shevhaun and Daejhanae until suddenly, Daejhanae decided to sever contact with Shevhaun for good. The jail phone calls are recorded somewhere, but I was unable to obtain them. Due to objections by the defense, Daejhanae Williams was not allowed to testify at Shevhaun's trial. Also submitted into evidence was a text message from Shevhaun to Richard days earlier stating, "Your daughter is the devil." Shevhaun Imani Miller was convicted of first-degree murder and child abuse resulting in substantial bodily harm. She was sentenced to serve 20 to 50 years behind bars. She's currently serving time in the Florence McClure Women's Correctional Facility in Las Vegas, Nevada. Richard Davis was eventually released on bail, and I haven't been able to find a single update on his case.
That is crazy work.
If you all had known my grandbaby, you would totally love her. She loved her siblings like she loved her siblings. The world is gonna miss out. They're already missing out on the beautiful soul that she was. She'd been 10 years old. And I wonder what would she have looked like? How long would her hair be? Because she has so much hair. It was crazy, like I'm low-key jealous, but she has so much hair on her little tiny head. But I just wonder, would her hair be longer? Would she have wanted it cut? Like, just all of it. What would she be into? Like all the stuff that I think about. And I don't know. There's no answer. There will never be an answer for it. At some point, my daughter, Janiyah's mom, confided in us that Richard had physically put hands on her abusively. And I'm just like, what? I remember one time he was telling us about a fight that he had, and he beat this person down so bad that out of his own mouth, he said, "My hands are registered weapons in the state of Nevada." And I was like, wow, that to me was a red flag. This person make you angry and you just took it out. Like, I don't know. I don't remember the details. I just remember that phrase that he said, and it kind of blew my mind. I kept that in the back of my mind all these years. I just remember that when she made the decision to send Janiyah, everybody was against it because I couldn't understand why my daughter didn't call me to be like, can you help me with the girls? Because if I had to get a second job or whatever I had to do to help her, I would have made myself available to do that. Richard wasn't in Janiyah's life, and now all of a sudden, you want to take care of her and this, that, and blah, 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 which I didn't understand. It's like, you've been gone and away for 4 years now. My daughter's been pretty much doing this on her own with intermittent help from me as I understood where she was at. And now you want to show up? What's that about? Like, what do you have to gain from this? Well, then we found out that he had a girlfriend, Shevhaun. I didn't know her, had never met her, didn't know anything about her. But my daughter did tell me that Shevhaun had a miscarriage. And then I found out from, in the strangest way, Shevhaun's mom, after the trial, that Richard had beat her and she lost the baby. So Shevhaun's mom told me that. And they let my grandbaby go from Colorado to Las Vegas illegally. The state of Colorado wasn't even supposed to let her come back here because they were the custodians at the time. So she wasn't even supposed to come. No paperwork was done. No, nothing was done. They dropped the ball. They totally dropped the ball. They did not do what they were supposed to do. Now she's in the grave. He could have just sent her back to Colorado. I would have went and picked her up. I would have picked her up. You wouldn't have had to twist my arm. You wouldn't even have to convince me. None of that. I need to come get you. I'll be there tomorrow. And would have left immediately. So her death was unnecessary, except for revealing who Shevhaun and Richard really are. The next time I had heard anything about Janiyah, her welfare, her well-being, was the day I got the phone call from social services, 15 days after her birthday. She was killed. She was beaten to death. She didn't even get to be 5 years old and start school. Her funeral was on September the 24th of that same year. And I would have liked to have participated, but it seems that Richard and his family took control over the whole thing. They didn't want us to come to the wake. Like, none of that. It's like, what is wrong with y'all? I didn't have any information. Like, I hounded him on Facebook. I need to know when the funeral is because I'm coming. If you think for 1 minute that you're going to bury my granddaughter and I'm not going to be there, you got life and the other stuff completely mixed up. So he finally gave me the date and the time. And so I wanted my daughter to be there. She was going to come and then she didn't. She was going to come. I had $400 in my name and I said, I will buy you a plane ticket right now. But she said, Mama, if I go, I don't trust myself. So me and my mom and Sarah and her best friend went to the funeral. And some people are like, well, why didn't her mom come? Why didn't her? You know what? Don't knock it until you've been there. And I wasn't angry with her for not showing up. I was able to speak at the funeral on her behalf. So we get to the funeral. Richard is standing there, tears. And I'm thinking, I gave him a little side hug because I wanted to feel his spirit. And my mom, she wasn't hugging. She was like, no. She didn't ever like him either. So she certainly wasn't going to give him a hug. So I gave him a little side hug, a little pat, whatever. And it was so fake. It felt fake to me. And that may be harsh, but I was there. It felt fake. And so we're sitting there during the service and the whole thing. And then Richard goes up to the casket and he's, I'm looking at him like, bro, this don't feel right to me. This feel like you had something to do with it. And in my opinion, he did have something to do with it. We went to the trial and I knew it was going to be intense. I knew it was going to be graphic. I knew it was going to be a lot of what most people may not be able to handle, but I needed to know what happened to my granddaughter because it wasn't no freaking, her heart stopped. Well, yeah, her heart stopped because she was beat to death. That's why her heart stopped, but it wasn't because she had a heart attack or some heart complications. Don't get me twisted because it didn't make any sense. So we get to the trial and we hear all this testimony about the stuff that happened to her and I am floored. She wasn't just beat. Like when they showed a picture of her liver and then they said it is a lacerated liver, the pathologist said it wasn't just like she got like maybe punched in the stomach. It looked like someone had stomped on her and her liver looked like mush. So all the details after that, I mean, it was just more and more and more. The bruising all over her body, from her neck, all the way down to her ankles. And I'm thinking, you all are trying Shevhaun. And she, as far as I'm concerned, foolishly took the rap for it. Where was Richard in all this? Her daddy. Okay, the one that seeded the egg. Where is he at in all of this? Because something in my maternal mind, as a mother and a grandmother, could not possibly calculate or compute the fact that this one woman did all of this. And I still don't fully believe. It wasn't, she's culpable for sure, because she was there and didn't do nothing to stop it. But I don't think it was her.
He admitted it. That's why I don't understand.
So we get through the trial. We literally watch them take my granddaughter apart a little bit at a time. Like We saw the inside of her ribs where she had hemorrhaged because they were broken, and some, if I remember correctly, had broken and healed, and fresh fractures and things like that. And I'm thinking, and then I remember when Richard said to me, my hands are registered weapons with the state of Nevada. They never left me. And it came back screaming loud and clear. I was glad that she was found guilty, but it still didn't sit right in my soul and my spirit that it was all her, because it wasn't. There's no way. But see, that's where my faith comes in handy, because I know that the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, he gonna get the final say. I don't care what nobody say. So we have prayed, me and Sarah, that God would deal with Shevhaun's heart. Don't give her no peace. Don't give her no rest until she speaks the truth out of her mouth. Until the absolute truth comes out, there's going to be no justice. There will be no justice for Janiyah. But the paramedics said that her hair was not wet. Now, if you know anything about black people's hair, when it's in braids, Janiyah's hair was braided, and it gets wet, it takes a minute for it to dry. I mean, unless you got like super thin hair, when it's braiding cornrow, it takes a minute for it to dry. So by the time the paramedics arrived, if she had truly been in the bathtub and drowned, her hair would have still been wet. And he said her hair was not wet. So that was like key to the fact that this situation did not happen in no water in the bathtub. Not like that. So we heard a lot. We seen a lot. The stuff that might give some people nightmares. So yeah, that's what happened to my grandbaby. But in my heart, it's not over. It's not over until the truth comes out. Because I need to know what part Richard played in Janiyah's death.
You know, it's been 3 years since I first heard the name Janiyah Russell. It's been a lot of tracking down documents, evidence, USB drives getting lost in the mail, multiple times I might add, and even refusals of FOIA or open records requests for various reasons, including Shevhaun Miller's appeal, which was recently rejected. I've spent so much time researching this little girl's case and her life that even I feel like I should have been at her funeral. It's a horrible case, and cases involving children always stick with me. And this one specifically reminds me so much of Fallon Free.
Okay, so he's going to start talking about another child. I agree with the grandmother, but also Janiyah told the grandmother that her daddy was touching her. So I'm confused. So yeah, I knew that when the officer said for always, I knew when the officer said, "Oh, we believe you put her in the water because her hair was red." I knew that I had heard that they're saying that her hair was not wet. She was not in no tub. Now she may have put her in the tub just to get supposedly she had blood on her. So she may have put her in the tub to wipe that off. But it's conflicting stories. You cannot, the father already admitted. He admitted that he beat this child. And you see how he was flaming in the Popeyes video and how different he walks in other videos. So did he turn it on and off? Depending on where he was. But I am one, I'm going to agree with the grandmother. Shevhaun is where she needs to be, but Richard needs to be right beside her. Why did things mysteriously get lost in regard to freaking Richard? And my thing is, all right, they are saying that his DNA was found underneath that baby's nails. So she had perm, add the S, under her nails as well. The mix-up comes in about the perm in her privates. That still does not negate the fact that it was found, his DNA was found under her nails. This baby said that this sick she said that he was touching her. He was mean to her. Everybody felt her. Everybody felt her. I don't want. I'm a keep it light on the grandmother right now. I'm gonna keep it light right now. But where were you? Y'all, this is just another case that we're going over, that we are watching. Like I said, go over and sub up to Mr. Black is what I call him. He did a very thorough, and he did a great job on this video. He is at One Crime TV here on YouTube. He has a Facebook page, Justice for Janiyah Russell on Facebook. And like he said, he was contacted by the grandmother to cover this story, and I think he did a wonderful job. He is still staying on top of the story because, like all of us, we do believe that Richard should be held accountable for his role in this baby's unaliving. Now, Shevhaun could think that the fact that he putting some money on her book so she can order some damn cookies and potato chips off commissary is good enough to keep her mouth shut. But she got to be the dumbest woman in America, because there is no way. There is no way. And they kept trying to ask her questions, about Richard. You kept giving Richard an out. Now, Richard did, I think they said about 6 months or something like that. He done moved on to the next chick and probably still with the side guy. So at the end of the freaking day, Shevhaun, however the heck you say her name, you need to go on ahead and tell them the truth. Your appeal was denied. It's going to continue to be denied. But my thing is, why do y'all need her to tell y'all anything when he straight up told y'all that he whooped this little girl with a belt? Because she did some very bad things. But the things that you did to her, she was doing it, doing it to others. It's learned behavior. I just don't understand how he's not in jail. Like I said, he should have got more time, the same amount of time, if not more. They didn't have that baby enrolled to be put in no daggone school. But I'm still not going to let go of the fact, and I'm not going to be able to freaking forget that she told her grandmother exactly what the fuck was going on. She told you. She told you, and her daughter. So I did see that there is a video where the daughter finally spoke out. Like, maybe we'll go over that one day. But, as far as the daughter goes, the daughter did what she thought was best. She called CPS on herself and said, I can't take care of her anymore. CPS reached out to Richard. He goes to where this baby is, and on the first visit, he touches her. She tells. Y'all, I can't even make this up. It's disgusting. It is crazy on all levels, and I am freaking done. There is no justice for Janiyah Russell in this freaking case until her father goes to jail. Period. I can't believe he admitted. I'm done. I have some other cases that I want to go over. One that's crazy. It just happened not too long ago. And I'm just like, you know, my mind is just on overload. Seeing these things enter here. What the fuck is wrong with people? What the hell is wrong with people? So I got a couple of cases that I'm going to be going over. Somebody reached out to me today. Oh, Khadijah. I don't know if Khadijah, she didn't get in the chat today. If she did stop through, I told her I was going to go live at about 7. But she did ask me about a different case. So for always, I am going to, I have to look up the information for Dejanay, because I believe that she was arrested. I'm almost certain that she was arrested, and I know I can go look at, because Shank Rock is heavy into that case, and so I can actually track that down. Also, Danny Robinson is another creator that was heavy in the Shanquilla Robinson case. But I'm gonna check Shank Rock first, then I'll see what if Danny posted anything. But I'm almost 100% certain that Dejanay in the Shanquilla Robinson case was arrested finally. She changed her name to Ebony Green or something crazy like that. And so I want to say that they were actually shipping her back to Mexico. Yeah, I'm almost certain that she was arrested and they were shipping her back over to Mexico, because there's quite a few creators that was helping with the Shanquilla Robinson case. And so, like I said, Shank Rock is a creator that definitely was covering this case, and also Danny Robinson here on YouTube was also covering the Shanquilla Robinson case. So I'll check that. When I heard the name Dejanay here, I said the same thing. Like, wait a minute, Dejanay? She's definitely not that Dejanay. She's a different person. And if you look in the documentary here, she did admit that she was the person that called and said and gave them the information that Shevhaun had made mention about unaliving this baby, but also about Richard. She also said that she gave them some information about Richard. I just don't understand how Richard is on the street. Beetlejuice looking ninja. Who would want his ass? He's ugly. Inside and out. And he's flaming. And maybe I'm just getting too petty. Heavy on the fucking petty. Because his ass needs to be in jail. And I hope that anybody, if there's any men that watch this freaking video and come across Richard, handle him accordingly. I mean that with all sincerity. I am saying that with my chest. Handle that ninja accordingly. You sick All right, y'all. I'm gonna go on here because I'm just, what would Jesus do? I listen. So anyway, y'all know that I end the show each time by bringing awareness that men get breast cancer too. Because of the stigma surrounding the word breast, we changed the word to chest and/or pec cancer over here on the Survivor Speaks channel. We're going to continue to bring awareness that men get breast cancer too. And to all of my ladies, please make sure that you're getting your mammograms, filling on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. All right. And don't you dare let anyone come into your house and disturb the peace that passes understanding. I'm Survivor Speaks. I'll see you guys in the next live or the next video premiere or upload. Peace.
If you have made it to the end of the video, you are the real MVP. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.